Boom.
David Blaine.
Showtime!
Welcome to my anatomy talk.
Oh,
What did
do
I
you
say?
just always have the skeleton there whenever we're doing something now, Jared?
I just have him in the room, so I thought I might as well use him as a prop. Now, you
There you
know
go.
what was funny is I had a lecture on Zoom, and it was an English lecture because I needed an English class to apply for some of the master's programs I want to go into. And the professor's trying to lecture, and this was the topic of conversation in the chat. Nothing but this. I just had it sitting there, and they're like, "Who's the guy with the skeleton in the background?" And I was like,
Check out Live Connection.
Yeah, you should have him holding a hat or something.
Maybe if you were like reading Hamlet in the English class or something like that, but I don't know anything else that involves a skeleton. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're playing Call of Cthulhu some more. Masks of Nyarlathotep. Wow, look at that! It's such a pretty book.
Nyarlathotep.
Good to be back.
You nailed it.
No,
It's weird. The 2 weeks go by so quickly, and I'm like, oh, I'm always gonna have time to prepare, and then it's like, well, I've read the book a few times, but that does not mean I'm prepared. So we're just gonna wing it once more. So last we
As
left
most tabletop is.
Yes, exactly. Last we left off, our group of fine, intrepid investigators had made their way to the shores of New York City. They met up in a speakeasy, spurred on by their colleague Jackson Elias. Upon spending a few hours and then going to meet Jackson, they found a grisly scene of several men with long, sharp knives and dressed in rather macabre fashion, bolting out of Jackson's hotel room, and Jackson lying motionless and still on the bed. On the bed.
I tried to mute my mic. Sorry.
I know it's sad. I know it's sad, Evan. I know you're really close to Jackson.
as he's the one that throws him out the window.
Yeah. A fight ensued in which nobody did anything of substance. There was a lot of punches being missed and a lot of fists flying, but nothing really came of it. A chase ensued in which the fire escape tumbled into the alleyway, injuring one of the pursuants and Ruth, giving you ample time to capture them. In the ensuing investigation, Harrison and Evan's character, Norman, thank you. I was going to say Walter. I was like, that's not right.
That's
Threw Jackson's dead body out the window is where I was going with that.
Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Every time.
That was so that was fun. You discovered a few clues, giving you some context as to what to do next. Harrison and Clyde went off to attend a lecture at New York University. Ruth and Leon went into the night to interrogate the now captured man, and Norman also went off into the night in search of something. We don't know what. So, as we all get into this, we're going to start off with Ruth and Leon in the safe house, because I'm going to try and give Matt a little bit of time before we get to the lecture, but I imagine he won't be here in time. So I'll give you that that spiel once both Ruth and Leon are done.
all right. So we haven't tied the chair already, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have a bucket of water inside my safe house? Am I allowed a bucket of water inside my safe house?
We established
running
last
water.
time that you had a bucket of piss in the corner because
Perfect. I'm gonna take the bucket of piss and I'm gonna wake the guy up.
Oh, disgusting.
All right. You Ruth, you watch as Leon goes to the corner of the room that it doesn't smell very nice in Leon's safe house. You don't know if there's like working plumbing in here or not. And he just takes this bucket and drenches your captive in it, and the guy kind of jostles up. You notice now that he's kind of wearing like a regular suit, nothing fancy, just kind of regular wear, and he has kind of a weird, almost headband / headdress with a red strip of cloth coming down kind of over the side of the forehead.
Okay. So he's awake now.
He's awake. You can see he like kind of takes in his surroundings and starts struggling in the chair a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna grab another chair and like pull it up in front of him and like sit down in front of him and just be like, "There's no point in struggling."
Ooh.
He kind of just stares you down intensely.
I want to stare him back. I want to intimidate him.
Yeah, sure. Roll intimidation, I guess. There's an intimidation skill, right? Boy.
You can't do it in D&D, so you're going to try it in Call of Cthulhu?
Oh yeah, there's intimidation. Okay.
Yeah. I thought there was.
I just regular success.
Regular success?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say, so, as he's kind of staring back at you, holy shit, I just realized I forgot to bring my dice. I kind of need those.
Maybe
Nah,
that-
I don't think you can.
I think that means
All right,
good rolls all
Back
around.
to my anatomy lecture.
Boo.
This is
What's
Charles.
what's that part here?
What?
What's that part there?
With the part
That's
that
the
I'm holding?
hand.
No, the other part.
Aw, that's so
The
sweet.
pelvis.
No,
This is
the
the-
other
this is
part.
It's the pelvic
Jared is
girdle.
Skeleton.
No, the other part.
What other part? Other part.
No, that part right there. I'm looking right at it.
Jared and great and
My God, I hate these. I hate these students. I'm gonna fail all of them.
G.
Oh,
Look what
First
happened
comes love,
when Jack
then
left.
comes marriage, then comes a skeleton in a skeleton carriage.
well, that's spooky.
Halloween.
Is it a baby skeleton
Oh.
carriage? Sorry.
Sorry about that, guys. My brain has just been fried with, all the house stuff and whatnot. So I was like, I've got all my books. I've got my laptop. It's time to play Call of Cthulhu. Unwise. But anyways, we're back. We're back at it. So he is going to make a psychology roll against your intimidation and see what happens here. I just got to pull him up. Oh yeah, he doesn't have jack shit. Someone who has a character sheet in front of them, what's the base skills success for psychology?
10%.
Oh yeah, he fails. He fails
Yes.
every time.
Where Uthal failed,
Never mind.
Leon
Paul.
succeeds.
He just kind of stares at you for a second, Leon, and then kind of like relaxes back in the chair a little bit and says, "You cannot hurt me in any way that matters."
Oh,
Well,
I
you just threw
don't
piss
think
in your
that's
face. Oh,
true.
that probably sucks.
I'm gonna like look over at Ruth. Ruth, did you hear that? He doesn't think we can hurt him in any way that means anything.
I'm gonna walk over and be like, we might not even have to hurt you. All it takes is to open your little mouth and let all the little secrets fly. That's a persuasion attempt.
Okay, I guess roll persuasion.
Open your little mouth, Dominic.
Open your little mouth.
Add a penalty die because I was not very convinced with
Yeah, sorry, Ruth.
No, I despite the penalty die, that's a regular success.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think I am afraid to die, to be hurt? There's nothing you can do to me.
I'm going to like take out my knife and like stick it into the back of my chair.
All right, so right, because you're doing like you have like the back of the chair in front of you. You're doing like the weird,
Yeah.
sitting backwards in a chair thing. I guess you can do that.
How many
Yes.
times do we need to teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah. What does he respond to that, or is he just going to continuously say, "You can't hurt me"?
Just stone faced, is unfazed. He's not saying anything.
I'm gonna look at Ruth and be like, I guess the being nice to him didn't work.
I guess we tried words. Feel free to do whatever you want to him. I gesture around at whatever's in the room.
What do I have in this place, Jack, that I
Well,
can use as a torture device?
I mean, you've got your knife. You presumably have the
All right.
one gun that I let you have.
All right. Okay. I gotta think of what would make someone who
Do you have a lead
doesn't
pipe?
talk.
The fingers.
I think Graydon's
Wait,
got
he's
it.
the one that has the who I stabbed in the knee, isn't he?
Yes.
Stab him in
Perfect.
the other knee.
I'm gonna stab him in the other knee.
Yeah, I mean, he's tied up, so you just shink, and he, like, kind of winces from the pain, but he, like, holds back a scream and doesn't seem to care. He kind of starts mumbling incoherently in sort of this language that you don't understand, and then through gritted teeth he says, "Whatever you do to me, they will do worse. I can
Who's
take
they?
it." Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, I'm gonna take it, and I'm going to go. I'm gonna get out of my chair because he's tied up. Like he's tied up well, right? Like it's like
Yeah, for sure.
like legs, arms, and stuff. He's not just gonna fucking spontaneously kick me if I try to do something down on his legs.
No.
Okay, I'm going to go down and I'm gonna like slowly, like really slowly, start to cut his Achilles tendon.
Jesus Christ!
Okay,
Holy
that's
shit, Leon.
that's a thing that you can do.
His greatest weakness.
I was hoping it was Achilles.
So here's the thing. This guy was unconscious, and you didn't do anything to like stabilize him except throw piss in his face. So he's taking damage from this, and
You're gonna kill him.
he
If
might.
he dies by cutting his Achilles tendon, then there's something wrong
He's
here.
Achilles.
Oh my God! Is that Achilles? You Achilles?
It must be.
Secret side quest unlocked.
All right.
I'm definitely a little bit scared of Leon, knowing the past things he's done, and then seeing him just without hesitation torture this man.
Oh,
Ruth
okay.
will
This
remember
guy.
that.
What was the exact Ruth quote? Let the little secrets out of your mouth or something?
The secrets out of your little mouth. No.
This guy just rolled a 1 on his Constitution save, so he's not dead, but he's like barely conscious.
All right, I'm gonna step back from doing that, and I'm gonna I'm gonna be like, all right, Ruth. I think I've softened him up. Your turn.
He's practically dead. If that's not going to make him talk, I don't know what will.
I don't know. We could threaten him with the other leg.
Through like heavy sighs, he kind of just looks up at you two and, "Oh, the bloody tongue will kill you for what you have done today,
The bloody tongue.
just as they killed your friend."
Now, who might this bloody tongue be? Who is coming to kill my dear friend and me?
Well, he's made his other Constitution save, so he's still not dead.
All right, well, I should probably stabilize him before
I
he
was
has to make
about
another one.
say,
I'm gonna.
Let's let's go.
I'm gonna. How do I stabilize this man?
He would get 1 hit point back from a successful first aid check.
All right. I got first aid. I got lots of first aid. I got so much first aid. I got a hard success.
Hard success. He has 1 hit point. And
Perfect.
He does not have to make his constitution saves right now.
Perfect. He's doing excellent. He's just fine. All right. Now, who is this group you spoke of? What's the point in holding back? We might just kill you anyways.
Both of you make a psychology check.
All right. Psychology is somewhere I'm good at as well. All right. I did a extreme success on that one.
Extreme success.
Yes.
Is there nothing he can't do?
Only when it matters. Did you remember last fight, Graydon, where I slipped up on everything? Except for my Spider-Maning into the alleyway.
What'd you get, Ruth?
I was 3 away from success, so I'm gonna use luck to get there.
Okay. You can do that. So knock off those 3 luck points. Remember, when you succeed with luck, you don't get to mark it down as a success for the purpose of gaining skills in the future.
Oh, I did have a question.
Yes.
Do we have to erase the check marks for successful ones for future level ups? And do it every time?
You don't have to erase them, just as long as you're keeping track of them.
Okay.
So erasing them and then rechecking them is the easiest way I can think of doing it. But whatever works best for you.
Okay.
Because at the end of each chapter, you get a chance to improve your skills again. So if you rolled really well in psychology, you want to improve your psychology, you can do that multiple times. You don't just get 1 chance.
Okay.
So it's every chapter that you successfully use a skill. You get a chance to increase it once at the end of the chapter. But since there's multiple chapters in the story, you have multiple chances of improving those skills. So with a successful psychology roll, you can tell that this guy is insane between all of the gibberish that he says in between breaths and the way that his demeanor kind of shifts. You can tell that whatever he's afraid of, he's more afraid of it than he is of you two, and you're probably not going to get much else out of this interrogation.
Well, Leon, you're the killer. You make the call.
Well, we can't let him go. He's just gonna go tell this organization more about us.
Oh, another group of crazy people. What are they gonna do? Run around waving their hands around?
I don't know. Do you want more fish people coming? Maybe the bird people too.
No, we have you around.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can take down bird people. Fish people, I mean, when I shot from that raft, it was just something else. It brought something out of me. But
that's 4 years ago. You're still riding that?
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's what have you done since then?
Life-changing moment.
He took the next 4 years off.
And then I just don't think we can let him live. But unless you have a good reason why we should let him live.
I'm indifferent. It's your hideout. You make the call. I walk outside.
Damn.
Yeah.
I am going to kill him quickly because I kind of feel bad for him that he's under. Actually, I'm going to ask him. Before I do this, before I kill him, I'm simply going to ask what are they? How do they have such a grasp on him? Like, what are they holding over his head?
He said it. There's nothing you can do that's going to be
They can't
worse
do
than
better.
what's going
Yeah.
on with him. Bro, do you not listen to the person you're interrogating?
I was asking
Like,
what
I
they
told
had.
you
What they had
already.
him. I asked them what they had. Why he's so like. I get that he's scared that they could do worse to him than I can, but there must be something else. I don't want to see my morality's coming out because I don't want to kill a man that has a family.
Leon no.
Leon, make an occult check.
Occult check. Okay.
Oh.
I don't have anything in that, so I'm gonna have to fucking roll to God. Come on, 4. I got 34, not 4.
Yeah. This guy's just crazy. You don't know what's going on in his head, but it's probably not good. And he does not seem to want to speak to you anymore.
Oh. Fuck. Well, I'm an assassin, so
Yep.
I'm gonna kill him.
Just quick and done. His body is still in the chair.
Perfect. And that's about it.
You're just gonna leave him?
I don't have any connection to this safe house, so I'm gonna burn the safe house down.
Wow.
What?
You're
I
in
thought
New
this was
York.
your house.
Yeah, I
It,
thought-
it was a safe house, but I don't know how to just get rid of this body.
Okay.
It's New York from the 1920s. Just throw it in the alley. It'll be fine. I'm gonna burn down this apartment building because I don't know what to do.
No,
For
okay,
the record,
fine.
I assumed it was like, a defunct building, abandoned and somewhat out of the way. Still, it's just starting a fire in the middle of New York is probably
Okay. I'm gonna. Is there a back door to my safe house? Can I drag him out somewhere?
Roll luck, I guess.
Well, I have lots of. All right, I succeeded.
Yeah, there's a back door.
Okay, I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna look out the back door first before I just drag a dead body out the back door.
Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock or later. There's nothing going on.
All right, I want to pick him up so that I'm not dragging blood across the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to try. Is there anywhere near here that I could is there like a sewage area I could drop him?
Dump him in the sewers.
Or is there like
let the gators get him.
is there like
Because of the recent snowstorm, it would be impossible to get into like any of the sewer mains at the moment. So it's basically like you're leaving him somewhere else.
All right, I'm gonna go
snowbank or something.
Okay, I'm gonna walk down further
Throw him in the
down
snow.
and then throw him in the alleyway wherever, because I'm assuming am I in an alleyway or am I in the middle of the road?
I assumed that this safe house was down an alleyway.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm walking down the alleyway. I'm gonna dump him somewhere a little bit a ways down the alleyway, on the snowbank or something.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, make a stealth check for me if you don't mind as you're doing
yeah.
this.
All right, I did an extreme success.
Extreme success.
Jeez.
I have the
Damn it.
I have the highest. I have the highest you can get for stealth, right? 85 is the highest you can get for stealth.
You can get up. You can get up to 100.
Oh, can you? I thought it was 85 was the limit.
Nope. 75 is the limit during character creation, but you can get the other 25 points from
I
improving
see.
your skills.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. All right. So you just into the cold night air, and you deposit him in a place that you feel makes sense, and you are
Make my
gone,
way
and
back to Ruth.
no one is any wiser.
Perfect.
Just like Assassin's Creed.
I'm going to make my way back to Ruth and see where she wants to go from here. I guess she's pretty hurt still.
Sorry, what was that?
Isn't she pretty hurt? Wasn't that one
Yes,
of the other reasons?
she's extremely
She's
hurt.
smoking on the corner, yet she's just messed
I'm
up.
just like almost bleeding, just like.
I'd like look at Ruth, be like, "Would you like to Do you want to go to the hospital or something, or I can try to apply some first aid to you?"
Smoking a cigarette she thought would be her last.
It is still within the first hour of her receiving the wounds, so you can technically make a first aid check on her if you want.
Oh, can I? Okay.
Yes.
Could I do a medicine check? Would that impact it any different?
You have to make a first aid check before you make a medicine check.
Okay. Okay. Okay, 39. Okay, so I just got oh no, wait. Yeah, I just got a success. I was close to a hard success, but not quite.
Okay. Ruth, you gain 1 hit point from the administering of the first aid.
Wow.
Now you can make a medicine check if you want to.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to.
Okay.
A man of many talents.
There we go. Okay, I just succeeded.
You just succeeded.
Yeah.
Isn't it like really low for medicine? Like if you don't have anything in the skill?
No, but
It's
I have
1%.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry, I was looking at I was looking on the thing beside it.
Gotcha.
Like I was looking at firearms box to the right, to the
Right.
left of it.
Gotcha.
No, I did not succeed. I got 27. I got low, but I did not get that.
Yeah.
I guess
All
you're
right.
not so talented after all.
Yeah.
You
So,
know
he,
what?
so Ruth, he
I was
kind
gonna
of
say, what
bandages
can
you
this
up,
man do?
but when he tries to like do anything else, it just like kind of makes you a little bit more stiff and doesn't seem to help at all.
Leon, you've done enough. You've done enough.
You want to rest? It's a safe house.
No, I'm good. I don't want to go back in there, to be honest.
Aren't you still like severely injured? Like,
If I say I can walk, I can walk.
I don't know. Game Master, can Ruth walk?
For these purposes, and since she walked all the way to the safe house to begin with, yes, she can still walk.
That's right, Leon.
All right, what should we go meet up with the other guys at the lecture?
You guys didn't really make a plan as to where you were meeting.
No,
but
but we do know about the lecture.
You
Don't
said
we?
the lecture.
you know about the lecture. It's a
Yeah.
ways away, so
That was
Yeah.
where I was going to suggest meet up, or we just go meet up with them there,
yeah. I mean that's always an option.
or we could go look for Norman, because he's somewhere off. And
Ha!
Norman came with you guys, and you're just like, yeah, fuck it, let's throw the lecture. No idea where he is.
Norman stormed off the end of last session.
It's because Leon wouldn't let him into the safe house.
Yeah,
well, that's because this guy walking covered in blood was drawing attention, and we were carrying a guy out with
And now
us.
you've dumped a body in your alley.
Speaking
Yeah.
of which,
Stealthily.
so
At least
we're going to get back to you two. Norman, as you walk into the cold January air of New York City, looking for the
Oh,
Lantern
God.
Bar or whatever the hell it's called.
It
And
was
then
called the Tiger Bar.
Stumbling Tiger Bar on 10
Yeah.
Lantern Street.
Yeah.
What are you doing, my crazy friend?
Well,
Made
I
a couple
think-
of bloody snow angels, and then
yeah, I am kind of bloody, so I guess I do need to find some place to get clean.
Mm-hmm.
So after I discovered that through my intuition that this bar that I wanted to go to is all the way in China, I thought to myself, you know what? Probably best to have a shower before I make my next move. So I'm gonna head back to.
That's why you got mad at me the first time. It's because I said go have a shower first.
I'm gonna go have a very fast shower just to clean off the blood and get a new set of clothes.
All right.
And then I'm gonna try to head back to the interrogation to the safe house. Once I'm clean, gonna try to get inside the safe house. Maybe they'll let me in.
Gotcha. Okay. So did you like book a hotel room or like how's that working right now?
I don't, did we not meet at a hotel? I thought we met at a hotel earlier.
You met
on.
at a speakeasy and then you met at Jackson's hotel.
Well, there's got to be like public showers in the 1920s, right?
I don't know about that.
I can't go take a dip in the Hudson because it's fucking freezing out.
Just look for an unlocked hotel room.
God, how the hell am I gonna get a hotel room when I'm dripping blood? All right, so this is my internal thought process right now. What you're hearing.
Right.
So now I've decided, fuck it. I'm turning around and I'm going back to that safe house because I'm sure there's a shower there. I was like, there's gotta be a shower there. So,
Okay.
now I'm headed back to the safe house after all that.
All right. Absolutely. So after waltzing off into the night, you're like, you know what? No, I got to stick this one out. And you start walking the opposite direction. After a little while, you get back to the safe house that you were talking about, and you see both Ruth and Leon talking on the street.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Holy shit! There's a man covered in blood over there.
Speak of
I'm
the
gonna-
devil,
I'm gonna
Norm.
walk
where'd
up
you
to
go?
Leon. Sometimes in your old age, you gotta walk off into the darkness just to get your wits about you. But I was wondering, you got any showers inside those safe houses of yours?
Hey, Game Master, do I have a shower? I don't have a toilet. I found that out by my bucket of piss that I dumped on him. But do I have a shower? Is it like Is it a semi
You got
safe
a
house?
hose,
Is there a
shower, something, extra pair of clothes?
That I do have. Yeah.
Roll. Both of you make a luck check to see if you have anything.
Roll for showers.
All right, succeeded.
I failed.
So what do I have? What does that mean?
You have.
You have a shower, but only the cold knob works.
Yeah, you've got a shower. It's kind of like, you ever been in like an old school like recreation center where it's like that old dingy white tile from the 90s, and all the shower heads are kind of weird and it's dirty.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like they clean the place properly. You have like a shower like that in there.
Okay, I'm be like, yeah, Norman. I'm gonna sneak Norman around through the back door so they don't see a
Leon,
bloody Norman.
this is perfect. This is luxury compared to my shower on my boat. Which, do I have a name for said boat? I don't know.
I feel like you did name your boat.
My Mary. This is luxury compared to the shower on me Mary.
Well, the only thing I really invested in was a shower in here, and I mean, this is the best we got. That bed over
You're
there.
ready to burn this place down.
I
You're
was
like
thinking
a
of
safe
that.
house.
No one knows that. Only I know that.
All right, I'm gonna have a quick shower, and then after I'm clean of blood, at least I'll be like, "Hey, Leon, you got any extra clothes on you?"
I will say, since only one of you succeeded on the luck roll, there are no extra clothes lying around here.
I'm a bitch.
No, but I got these bed sheets you can use.
It's a toga party.
However, there is a dead body a couple streets over that you could take the clothes off of potentially.
I mean, like, so Norman, we'd have to go get them. They're not here per se, but
All right, give me the bed sheet and let's go get the clothes. I'm gonna fashion. Were toga parties a thing back then? Would I know what a toga is fashion like?
I actually think toga parties might have actually been a thing back then.
Damn.
All right, I'm gonna fashion the bed sheet into a toga, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Leon.
You don't have to get naked. It's just like, because I assume you were wearing like your fishing overalls or whatever, and
No,
like,
I'm straight naked.
Jesus.
Are you taking underwear and all? Like,
A fisherman doesn't wear underwear.
oh,
all right.
All right.
So you walk through the streets of New York on a cold January night, wearing nothing but a bed sheet.
The Atlantic Ocean's been colder.
No, make a Constitution check for me.
Yarr! Where the fuck? I always lose it.
It's up
this
top,
is gonna be
characteristic.
This is gonna be a tough one to pass. That's gonna be a fail.
It's cold. You are really cold.
God damn it!
You didn't dry yourself off very well from that shower, so it's just like, you go out on a cold winter's day right after getting out of the shower, and like the hair is starting to freeze pretty
Shit.
bad, and
Brutal.
but you do make it. You do find a dead body with some clothes on it. You recognize this dead body, Norman. This is the man that killed Jackson, or one of them.
Well, well, well. So you don't let me in your damn safe house for cutting off, for throwing a already dead body out the window. And yet, here you are killing this poor old fella.
Yes, I don't hear your argument for why I didn't let you into the safe house.
You Americans are all the same. There's a little thing called hospitality that we invented up in Canada. Maybe you gotta look it up. All right, I'm gonna take the clothes, put them on. Like, Jesus Christ! This man, he goes smell like piss.
So yes,
I forgot
there
about
are.
that.
You Canadians always complaining.
So
What the hell did you do to this poor man?
after Norman,
Did you piss on him?
All right, I know what would make Norman talk. You wouldn't make that guy talk, but it made Norman talk.
after Norman takes off his toga, buck naked in the streets of New York in January, and puts on
Canada.
the piss-stained clothes that also have a little bit of blood on them, but not quite as bad. You are now presentable, sort of, for a winter's evening.
Can I look in the pockets and see if I find anything cool?
You don't find anything in this gentleman's pockets. They were already picked over by, I think it was by Harrison.
Fucking Harrison. God damn it.
My favorite part of this whole exchange is that, again, we're in New York, where multiple clothing shops exist, but you guys went to the dead body.
Well, I was covered in blood and then I was naked, bro. What do you want
Like,
from me?
I always go to my tailor at 10 o'clock at night.
That's it.
I'm like Norm, settle down. What size? Like, can I grab a size of clothing? Because that's a good idea. I'm gonna go try to find some clothing that doesn't smell like piss and isn't covered in blood. Because the less questions, the better for us.
Presumably,
Listen, we don't got-
Norman has clothes on his boat, since he did travel here by boat.
Okay, so
Leon,
his
we
boat's
don't have time. What
No,
time's that
Norm,
lecture
Norm,
end at? What time
Norm.
does that lecture end at?
Norm, they're at the lecture. Don't worry about the lecture. We'll let them deal with the lecture. Norm, you're covered in blood. They're not going to let a guy covered in blood walk into and smelling like piss walk into a lecture.
Sure they are. Why not?
The lecture ends at 11 o'clock. It's currently 10 o'clock. It's probably going to take you at least 40 minutes to walk to
Well,
the university.
What if the boys get in trouble? We should
Okay.
be on the
Okay,
outside.
how about this? You tell me
should
where
be
your boat
waiting.
is. I'll go get you some clothes.
No, we don't have time, Leon.
You and
This isn't
Ruth.
freaking.
You and Ruth can go deal with the boys at the lecture. I don't think at an astute at a institution such as that they're gonna run into any issues.
We're gonna wait outside just in case. And you know what? I gotta arm up. I'm gonna look in the garbage. It's a dumpster, right? That they threw the dead body in, and I'm gonna see anything I could use as a weapon inside the
Oh my
dumpster.
God.
Is there
Norm,
anything
Norm,
nice?
I want your location of your boat.
Make
I'll never give up me, Mary.
I'm not taking your Mary.
make a spot hidden check, Norman.
Hey, just for clarification, is your boat's name Me Mary or just Mary?
Mary. I
Okay.
did I did an extreme success, so give me something juicy.
So, in the dumpster, there's this like really well-made wooden chair that you're like, oh, I could tear like one of the legs off and turn this into like a pretty sizable club or something like that to beat people with. But then you're like, wow, this is actually a really nice chair. It'd be a shame to just destroy it.
All right,
Beautifully upholstered.
I'm bringing the chair with me.
All right.
Oh, it's such a nice chair. Come on,
my
let's go to the
God.
lecture.
Norm!
Leon,
Alright. Can I
we're going to the lecture.
Yeah,
Come on.
Can I just like eyeball what size of clothing he needs, and I'm gonna go buy him a nice pair of coveralls.
You can't actually because it's 10 o'clock at night. You
Oh
can't
come on,
just
there's
go
gotta
to a
be
clothes-
someone open at 10 o'clock at night.
I'm assuming you went to a somewhat like lower populated area of town, so you wouldn't be seen during all the murdering and interrogation.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming
Jared,
that
this is America in the 1920s. Capitalism dictates that no one's allowed to work past 3 o'clock.
Listen, I'm just going off what I think would be right, period accurate, and I'm like, most people probably don't need a clothes shop at 10 o'clock at night, so they're probably not open.
You mean McDonald's doesn't have 24/7 service?
Oh boy, I'm gonna break your heart about when McDonald's was actually founded and how fast food doesn't exist in the 1920s.
No, I know. It was a period piece joke.
I know, I was joking with you as well.
Oh my
Maybe that-
god,
maybe that could be-
jokeception!
Maybe that could be Norman's thing. Maybe he could make the first fast food fish and chips restaurant.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I could
So-
change history.
outside.
I could make it
shivering.
so it's. I
So
could change it from fish and chips to cod and pods.
mhm. While I see
Side
that
pods.
our colleague Matthew is getting set up in the background there, and before we get into his stuff with Clyde, sorry that you've been waiting for a little while, Clyde.
Yeah, that's all good. I've been enjoying the show.
Good. What are you three going to do in the meantime?
I'm headed to the lecture with my chair.
I think
All
I
right.
agree with Pissman over here.
So Norman, drenched in piss that is not his, wearing a suit that is not his. Okay. Also, Norman, did you put on like the headdress as well, like the little? Because the color.
Oh, no.
no.
No,
Okay.
no,
So you didn't put on his headband. All right.
no.
All right. Matthew, are you here, my good friend?
You guys hear me right now?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we can
My-
hear you
I'm-
through Peter too, though.
I'm echoing through Peter's mic, huh?
Are you okay? I can fix that.
Peter, can you mute me for like 1 sec? I just want to make sure my headset mic's working. 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you through your mic.
That's not too bad. As long as you guys don't get too loud, then it probably shouldn't pick up.
That's impossible.
Okay. Now let me go ahead and do this. What's up, gamers?
Whoa.
Nice, not bad. Amazon box.
Cool. Can I get a quick catch up on what I've missed so far?
Yeah, you haven't missed much. It was basically Ruth and Leon interrogated the guy that they knocked unconscious last time we were playing.
You can find a picture of the interrogation on the Discord.
I saw
Found
that.
out that he was crazy. Leon killed him, stuffed him in an alleyway. Norman came back, was like, "Hey, I'm covered in blood." So he's like, "All right, let's put you in the clothes that belong to the dead guy." After Leon dumped a bucket of piss on him. So instead of being covered in blood, Norman's now covered in piss. So positives, negatives, positives, negatives.
Only a minor trade-off.
And now they're deciding what to do. In the meantime, Harrison and Clyde, you make it to New York University. You're about an hour into the lecture by the time you're able to get there. So you're going to catch the second half. You make your way into the lecture hall and get some seats at the back, trying not to disturb anyone. There's a rather tanned, lean man with wild, almost afro-like hair that's dark brown and a like large beard, and he's like jubilantly giving this lecture at the front of the lecture hall in an Australian accent. So, if I just get my things here, I will describe kind of what you see. So, as you get in, kind of halfway through, you see that there are a set of glass slides that have been used. It's not necessarily a new technology at this point, but it's kind of like the precursor to the overhead projector, where glass slides are put in front of a light source and they're projected onto a wall behind you, which you're able to see. It seems to be a depiction of the Australian outback and some sort of archaeological dig that's going on there. And the professor, who you presume to be Anthony Coles, who was mentioned in the handbill that you picked up from the crime scene, is very voraciously giving this speech about occultism and anthropology in sort of folklore of various parts of Australia. And you feel like you probably missed a little bit of the lecture. Well, you know you did because you came in an hour late, but you get a relatively good sense of what's going on here. And over the course of the next hour, you listen to the full lecture. I'm not going to summarize it all for you, but everyone kind of gets up to leave, and you two are allowed to do whatever you want. It's about 11 o'clock at night at this point.
Throughout the lecture, I was like, could I just keep a small eye out for anybody that might look familiar from our previous encounter earlier in the evening?
Yes, absolutely. Make a spot hidden check.
Oh, that's no, I don't see nothing.
No, you don't notice anybody that you've seen before. Kind of sitting at the front, but not in like the actual seats of the lecture hall, just kind of sitting in a separate chair off to the side is a young woman, maybe 20 or so, who's very pretty. But she just seems to be sitting there reading, not paying attention to the lecture. All right. So the lecture comes to a close at 11 o'clock. What would you guys like to do?
Sure.
What happened?
Yeah, so Clyde, you missed. Wait, I'm talking to Clyde, right? I'm sorry, I'm so out of
Yeah.
it. Right, you're Clyde? Yeah, sorry. That lecture felt so damn long. I felt like I'd entered another reality in which I'd forgotten all the people that I knew. Well,
glad
despite
you guys
the
went to the fucking lecture.
yeah, glad we absorbed so much information, huh? Clyde, do we have anything to say to this man? We came here for a reason. Sorry, Jack. Was it? How did we get the information about this? This lecture again?
The pamphlet advertising it. You got it from the jacket of the guy that you knocked unconscious, who is now dead. But you don't know
now
that.
Dead. Well,
yeah.
I mean, God rest his soul.
You searched his body while he was unconscious and got it from him.
Did we get any identification from him when we searched him?
No pieces of identification, just the handbill.
Clyde, I'm not too sure about this one. Do you want to go speak to the gentleman at the front?
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. I'll get up and I'll make my way down.
Yeah, okay. Do you want like a cup of coffee before we go? Because I think maybe we're a bit kind of, I'm sure he's not going anywhere anytime soon, right? Okay.
Well, first off, it's coffee.
Coffee.
Okay,
let's go have a word with our friend, Professor Cowley, was it?
Coles.
Coles, thank you.
Professor Coles.
And if at all possible, on the way up, I want to see if I can see the title of the book that the chick is reading.
Sure. Yes. So it looks like she's just reading like probably some like textbook or piece of academia. Nothing that catches your eye in any specific way. But she's just sitting there. As the lecture kind of comes to a close, she starts to kind of help Professor Coles gather things up.
Yeah, let's head down there, Clyde.
Yeah.
Professor Coles, was it? Harrison Dodge. Very nice to meet you. That was a one-of-a-kind lecture, unlike anything I've ever seen before, though I missed the first hour of it. I still think it was a fantastic presentation from start to finish. Do you mind if I ask, did you have to take an expedition to these places, such as Polynesia and the Southwest Pacific? I'm sorry, there's just so much information to gather. Some things just get lost in translation, like in through one ear, out of the other. You know how they say, right? Did you lead an expedition of sorts to this here Polynesia and the Pacific?
Yeah, I think he was talking about Australia.
Australia, interesting. Clyde, do you have anything to ask the gentleman?
Well, maybe you should let him talk a minute.
Okay, sure. Sorry, I'm just so nervous. I'm just talking to a celebrity like yourself. It's just so beyond me.
Do you want to make an intelligence check to see if you've ever actually, or an education check to see if you've ever actually heard of this guy?
Can I do that too?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll have you know my education stat is freaking bonkers. But
Fuck, I have such a good education. I rolled above.
Feels bad.
Yeah, that's a big fat fail. So
Neither of you have ever heard of this man.
And we sent you to.
Do I need to roll persuasion?
We did think Harrison was the most educated, considering he's the writer.
I mean, I went to school once.
What's your education? Just out of curiosity, Matt.
60.
Wait, what?
Well, I feel like 60 is relatively good on the
Oh, I
spectrum.
thought you said 16.
No.
It was like-
I like to think I'm quite the educated man.
Like, what?
Okay, because my lowest stat is 35 and my highest stat is 70. So I kind of think I'm packing heat in the education department.
Right.
You're kind of well balanced. It seems like, at least.
Yeah.
So-
Well,
So since you just hit this man with a barrage of words, Harrison, I'm going to need you to make either a charm, fast talk, or persuade roll. Your choice.
No charm, no fast talk. Persuade. Oh, this guy's done. I'm about to persuade the hell out of this guy. Ready?
What are you
Check
persuading him on?
That I really like and respect
Keep
him.
talking to him.
We're looking at a big fat it's gonna be a hard success.
Hard success. Perfect.
Yeah.
You needed a hard success.
Oh, great. Oh, I performed that poorly, did I?
No, it's just you only need a regular success if you use charm, but it's hard if you use fast talk or persuade. So
Is that a universal thing?
no, it's just what the book says.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, how you going, mate? You seem to be well. I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed the lecture. Cheers for coming out. That's great. Great to see you. Yeah, you came in a little bit late there with your buddy here. That's
Really? I'm Clyde.
Yeah.
how
This
you going?
guy's name is Clyde. It's Clyde. I just respect Australians so much, mate. I just think they're the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying?
Are you making fun of him now?
What? This is my regular voice. I don't understand.
Okay.
Could have brought it back to British. I knew this was going to be a problem going in because it's such a sketchy accent.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could give you kind of the notes, the shortened version of the first half of the lecture, if you wanted to get a better idea of what was going on there.
More than anything.
All right. Well, perfect.
Keener, brown nose.
All
Teacher's
right.
pet.
So, I am going to give you guys a handout that summarizes the what was said in the lecture as the professor is giving you this information. I believe this is the right one. Yes. And I'll read it out to you guys as well, just because some of the information could be important.
Very good.
So, the gist of what the lecture was about is, number one, at one point, a bat cult once existed among the Aboriginal peoples of Australia. It was known across the continent, and the god of the cult was known as the father of all bats. Adherents
Batman.
believed that by making human sacrifices to their god, they themselves would become worthy enough that the father of all bats would appear to them. Once he was enticed to appear, the god would conquer all men. Sacrifices were run through a gauntlet of worshippers who struck the victims with clubs embedded with sharp teeth of bats. The teeth were coated with fast-acting poison, somehow derived from fermented bat droppings. The victims apparently went mad before they died. Leaders of the cult reputedly could take the forms of bat-winged snakes, enabling them to steal sacrifices from across the land. The professor believes that this cult became dormant or extinct hundreds of years ago. Its former existence is the reason that he became interested in Jackson Elias's books about present-day cults. Number two, an Aboriginal song cycle mentions a place where enormous beings gathered somewhere in the west of Australia. The songs say that these gods, who are not at all like men, built great sleeping walls and dug great caves. The living winds blew down the gods and overthrew them, destroying their camp. When this happened, the way was open for the father of all bats, who came into the land and grew strong. Number three are the glass slides that were projecting onto the back wall. A set of 4 overexposed glass slides, each shows a few sweating men standing beside enormous blocks of stone, pitted and eroded, but clearly dressed and formed for architectural purposes. Dim carvings seem to decorate some. Billows of sand are everywhere. Though he did not bring the book with him, Cole says that the discoverer, one Arthur McWhirr of Port Hedland, Australia, kept a diary in which he recorded several attacks on the party by Aboriginals. McWhirr reportedly records deaths to victims from hundreds of small punctures reminiscent of the earlier bat cults. Number 4, the professor tells a tale he collected from near the Arafura Sea in northern Australia. In it, Sandbat, or father of all bats, has a battle of wits with Rainbow Snake, the Aboriginal deification of water and the patron of life. Rainbow Snake succeeds in freaking and trapping Sandbat and his clan in the depths of a watery place from which Sandbat can only complain and is unable to return to the people. I heard Matt laughing after I said Rainbow Snake, and I was like, did I say something funny?
It's no, sorry, Professor. Carry on. I just had to sneeze. This time of the year, it's quite troublesome for my nose. Achoo! Okay. Okay. Carry on.
So that's the long and short of the lecture, lads. Was there anything else I can help you with?
Tell me, Professor, have you ever had the privilege of meeting Mr. Jackson Elias?
No, I've not met the man, actually. I just have read some of his books that pertain to the area where my particular research is done in Australia. So I've not met the man, but his writing is quite good. As far as, cults go.
Yes, he was one of the best.
Oh,
sure was.
Was one of the best. I'm sorry to hear that that he died.
Yes, he was a close personal friend of the both of us.
Oh,
Yes.
A recent passing, actually.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. It's it weighs
Really
heavy on
tore
the
us
heart.
apart. That's for sure. Really tore us right in half to hear that he passed away.
Too soon.
You know, there's nothing like hearing about the death of a friend and make you feel like you've been kicked out of a second-story window and landed on a fire escape that fell down and got split in half. You know,
yes,
just as an
all right.
example. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so worked up right now. Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, Professor, the other Jackson, he had sent me and a few of our colleagues a telegram regarding the Carlisle Expedition. Are you
Oh,
at all familiar?
The Carlisle Expedition.
Carlisle.
Cardile.
Who here?
It's off the top of my head.
Who here is from New York?
Me.
So the three of you, and Ruth, where are you from? You're from Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Why there?
you would-
places.
You would probably know this as well. Norman, do you want to make an education check for me?
Let's see. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Where the fuck is education?
It's at the very
It's
top.
It's at the top.
Characteristics. EDU.
Oh, sick! Yo, I almost have as good of an education as freaking. I failed, but Harrison.
Norman, good
Okay.
education.
The fish teaching good stuff.
Lots of wisdom
So-
out there in the sea.
So the four of you, sorry, Norman, you are not familiar with the Carlisle Expedition. You know that the Carlisle Expedition was an expedition led by a billionaire playboy named Roger Carlisle that went overseas in 1919, so about 6 years ago, and were never heard from again. A few months after their initial digs were supposed to happen, their bodies were discovered in Kenya after making stops in London and Egypt, and then a few other areas of northern Africa. It made massive headlines across the United States and most of North America due to the sort of persona of Roger Carlisle and sort of this media attention that was garnered from it. So you would be familiar with the Carlisle Expedition. You're just not sure why Jackson was interested in it. So the Carlisle Expedition. That's the Dodger who went missing in Africa a few years back. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the Dodger for sure.
That is the Dodger.
Yes.
Ah.
Dodger he was, I heard.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that happening, but I can't say that I'm not. I know why your friend would be interested in that. I thought that case was closed years ago. The whole expedition was murdered by tribesmen or something like that.
What do you think the possibility is, Professor, that there's a correlation between the tribesmen in this Carlisle expedition and the forgive me, bat cult? Was it bat cult? It was a bat cult, right? Just
Yeah, the bat cult.
yeah, that's right.
No.
Bat cult. Okay. Sorry, I just got to wrap my head around that bat cult. Okay, bat cult. Bat cult and guys that killed Carlisle. Do you think that there's like a correlation between the two, Professor?
Well, let me think about that for a second. I mean, I guess it's not impossible. It would be weird, I guess, because my research is predominantly in Australia. That's where I hail from. Carlisle was murdered in Africa. Not a lot of cultural go-betweens between those two areas, insofar as my research is connected. And just give me 1 second, boys. I'm trying to find something. Here he is. So, the professor is going to make a Cthulhu Mythos roll to see if he can think of any correlation.
I wish him luck.
He had
No
a
luck.
skill of 15. He rolled an 8.
Wow.
Oh,
Dang, dude.
time to learn some Cthulhu Bowl.
What? You see him kind of stutter and trip on his words for a minute. Now, seeing as you're friends of a man who recently died and was well known for his field of research in cults, I can say that there are some disparate elements that can be discovered through regular readings into anthropology and archaeology and all these other fields of science that can paint a strange picture. So I'm not going to discount the fact that there might be some correlation between the two, particularly if someone is well versed in the occult as Jackson Elias may have been looking into that. From what I understand, the man only ever wrote books about cults, so I'm sure if he was doing research about the Carlisle Expedition, he had his reasons.
Thank you for your time, Professor. I just have one more thing I would like to show you. If perhaps you might recognize it. I'm going to pull out a little sketch of the symbol that was marked on Jackson's forehead.
You see that the young woman at the side of the room is kind of like, we kind of have to be on our way relatively shortly here, and it's like, it's all right, we can answer a few more questions, and he's gonna take a look at that.
She's evil. Calling it right now.
He's like,
young pretty
this
women are
is,
always evil.
This is my daughter. Her name's Yua.
What was that name? Sorry, dear. Sorry, I missed that.
Ila?
Ila?
Yua. E-W-A. E-W-A. Yua. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Harrison.
Just an innocent question, you know?
Settle down, Harrison.
I just want to know if she visits the location often. Is that too much to understand? Is that unreasonable to ask?
Well, I'm from Australia, and so no, I don't come to New York University that often. Actually, it's kind of a one-time thing. Sorry, she can be a little bit brash when people are taking up a bit of my time, but no, I just got a temporary position at Arkham University up in Massachusetts, so we're just down for the night giving the lecture on the sandbat.
I see. I bet you're very keen to go back to that nice warm bed. Anyways, you were saying another question?
Yeah. Well, let me take a look at that picture that you got there for me, my new friend.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, hand it over.
New friend, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
I don't know if he was talking to you.
I think Harrison has some really big self-esteem issues.
Well, dude, after playing a freaking prologue session with you guys, I sure as shit do. If I thought there was any value in my writings, I sure don't now.
Pretending he doesn't know us just to make himself feel like he's some famous guy.
Dude, I mean, let me tell you, believe it or not, I made some money off my book. You won't believe what happened to us down there. You know, honestly, the title, I think, sold the book. You know, like people were like, my God, what did happen to them down there?
Okay. Okay, so as Professor Coles takes a look at the pictures, like, and since he rolled really well on his mythos roll, he's like, I think I have come across this symbol once or twice in my research. It's the symbol of a cult that's believed to have descended from a sect in northern Africa, I believe. I believe it's known as... He's going to make another check real quick. Easy peasy. Yeah. Cult of the Bloody Tongue, I believe is what it's known as.
Cult of the Bloody Tongue.
Do you want to say that 5 times?
That's how I commit it to memory. Cult of the Bloody Tongue. Cult of the Bloody Tongue. Cult of the Bloody Tongue. The tongue is bloody, and it's a cult.
There's a cult.
Now, if there are no further questions, I wouldn't mind to get back to what I was doing and get back. It's a bit of a drive up to Arkham, and it's already quite late at night.
Absolutely, my friend. Well, it's been quite the pleasure. Thank you so much for answering those questions for us, and thank you for your time, and thank you for the great lecture too. Hope to see you again soon, real soon, especially you, Eunice.
You
You are.
Oh wow, she's definitely gonna fuck you now.
I'll also shake his hand. Thank you, Professor. Should we find any more information or questions regarding anthropology, would you mind if we looked you up?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always up in Arkham, or I will be for the next several months before we return back to Australia. My tenure here only lasts so long. But I will be home in Sydney, and you can look me up then, should you be in Australia in a number of months. One sec.
I bet Leon is a part of the cult of the bloody tongue, if you catch my drift.
I'm actually part of the urine dumpers.
Cult.
Yeah. So he explains that they plan to move back to Sydney in 7 months.
Yellow tongue.
So
Yellow
if you're ever in Australia around that time, feel free to look me up. We live in Sydney. He gives you his address.
Wow, what a guy.
If you should find yourself in Australia before that 7 months are up, a friend of mine is taking care of my house for me, so you're more than welcome to look him up as well, and he kind of gives you all that information as well, should you need it.
Great, and
Very kind of
Hey,
you,
Red.
Professor.
and
Do you
Gene,
want to
do you
go
have
to my
any
house?
information for me
Not
as well?
there.
Like you want to be like pen pals or something? You know, I'm quite
I'm gonna
skilled.
shove Harrison towards the exit. Thank you for your time,
Nice meeting you.
Professor. And
Goodbye.
I'll tap my hat to the lady and I'll take off after him.
I'm so sorry.
All
Well,
right.
Clyde, I'm sure glad you asked the right questions. I was so stunned by that handsome professor, I didn't even know what I was saying.
Harrison, for someone who talks so much, you don't really have much of a silver tongue.
Well, it comes in handy only occasionally. It's like the roll of a dice, you know?
Yeah, I see. Well, perhaps we should meet up with our compatriots.
Where the hell are they, actually?
I have no idea. I was gonna start by walking outside and figuring it out.
Very
That's a
cool.
great
Well,
question.
you know, if we stay in here, it's warm. Did you think about that?
And I take off.
So where the hell are you three? That
We're waiting outside. We're waiting for the ambush in case some bad shit goes down.
okay. So I'm assuming New York University is a big campus. So make a spot.
We're outside the
hidden check.
lecture.
Oh, you're outside the
When
lecture.
we-
All right. You would have known
'Cause we
You-
know where it
you
is.
You saw the
Yeah.
handbill, right? So
Yeah.
after a large crowd of people disperse from the lecture hall, your friend's not among them. A couple minutes later, the two of them come out.
Hey there.
I'm sure they
Clyde!
sound better than you.
Oh,
Ruth,
good God!
That's- you know why I'm wearing these clothes, Ruth. Why do you gotta...
Moment.
You, Ruth, you and me, like, we don't even talk. That's, like, the first thing, like, we barely even have a relationship, and that's the kind of shit you're gonna say to me?
I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're a crazy old man. There's not much.
That's
I'm
not
not
a
a
very
great-
good way to talk to this crazy old man who smells like piss. Oh.
You want to take care of Grandpa Harrison?
I'll pass. Clyde?
Clyde doesn't hide from the stench of piss.
He's out of here.
Discord. Why you do this?
Yeah.
That's okay. Discord had
Harrison, aren't you
perfect
gonna say
meeting timing.
anything about my nice new chair that I have?
It's a very nice chair.
Oh,
What?
fuck, I
Have
forgot
you
about
been
the chair.
Where
Carrying
did
that chair around with you everywhere?
And do you carry that stupid big head of yours everywhere? Yes, you do.
Well, I mean, I kind of have to. You know, I don't understand the question really.
All right.
So, how was the lecture?
Riveting.
Pretty fascinating, actually.
Yes,
What'd
we
you
learned
learn?
quite a lot of valuable information.
Have you ever
Clyde,
heard of the Bat King?
The Bat King.
The who?
What are you talking about?
have you guys ever
I've heard
been
of
like out on a
Poseidon.
walk and had like a flying rainbow snake like whiz past your ear on its way to fight a bat?
What?
You know what, Norm?
Davy Jones.
I think you
Locker,
might be one of the more
guys,
intelligent people in this group.
I'm
No,
just asking a real question.
on
I'm
my
just
camera.
relaying information. Have you ever seen a rainbow snake? Because apparently they exist. That's what we learned. They exist.
Perhaps
How does
we
that
should all.
help us? How does that knowledge
You should-
help us? Tell us stuff that's gonna help us with the fact that our friend was just murdered.
Norman! Not so loud, damn it. Perhaps we should
We
retreat
didn't
from
do
dialogue
it.
or something.
We
You know what
found
we
something.
did do? Throw
We
him out a
found
window.
something important. We did find something important.
Left the
Alright.
call sign.
Learn about this.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed that it's actually cold as dicks out here right now. Can we maybe like find a nice place to stay and rest our heads and forget about the events of today, perhaps?
You might want to see
It's
your
fine,
doctor.
I'm
if
sorry,
your dick's
something.
that cold.
Yeah, actually though. All right, so what's the
yes.
game plan? Where are you guys all staying? You got a place to stay? I got plenty of room up on me old Mary. Can we
The
go
old
stay on my
Mary.
fishing boat? Come on.
How big is your boat there, Norman?
Oh, I got 6 beds on it, so there's enough for all of us.
So it's a
Oh.
40-footer.
Thank goodness.
Doesn't
Oh,
seem
I was
like.
worried
he's
there
a
wouldn't be
big
enough places to sleep.
Is there heating?
You need a big. Of course, I got one good heater right working in the corner there. It's perfect for warming up your socks right before bedtime.
Goodness, is that a
Now-
hotel over there? We could stay at the
There-
hotel.
There are some.
Harrison, are you turning down my hospitality?
How do I say this? Yes.
Maybe this is.
All
why
right,
we
you
don't
go
get
spend
along.
your. You go spend that nice money of yours that you've clearly made through writing all your books for no reason at all. When I have a perfectly good fishing boat
I
that you
would
could come
say,
sleep on.
gentlemen, that perhaps due to the nature of our discussion and conversations, a boat in a private area might be wise.
You're agreeing with Norman, Clyde? Is that what I'm hearing?
Listen, I live here, and I know that you're never truly alone living in New York. But out
My
on a
apartment's
boat,
on the opposite
perhaps-
side. I'd rather sleep on the floor of my own house than sleep in a damn fishing boat.
I'm not saying we should
Jesus.
stay there. I'm saying we should go there and talk, and then you can maybe get some clothes that don't smell like piss.
Goodness me, it's 11:30. It's my bedtime. How can you be a successful author if you don't get a good night's sleep?
Then go stay in the hotel we just left.
But I want to be with my friends.
Oh, so now you know who we are.
This is nothing like the Harrison in the book.
He was bold, venturous.
All right, I'm going to meet Mary, and if any of you want to come, you're more than happy to.
Norm, I'd be happy to come.
Oh, kiss ass. Yes, no.
What was that, Harrison?
No, I said
Do you
nothing.
need some help carrying that chair of yours?
Can I roll to like call his shit, Jack?
What do you mean? What is that?
Harrison just badmouthed me. I'm calling his shit. He said he
Look.
didn't say anything.
Look, I'm not gonna say anything that mean out loud to an assassin. I'm a wiser man than that. Okay, George, can we just move on, please?
I don't even understand what you want to roll for there, Jared. So I'm just gonna say you're fine. You'll be fine.
I want to shove Harrison into the snow.
Listen, Leon, why don't we just all get along here?
So, are you all heading to Norman's boat?
Yes.
Okay.
Some reluctantly than others. Some more reluctantly than others, I must add.
All right. So over the course of the next hour or so, you walk through the cold city streets, and you make it down to where Norman's boat is docked, and you get on board. And below deck, it's enough room for everyone. It's not like super comfortable, but everyone could potentially sleep here if they wanted to.
I would like to sit beside the heater.
Okay. It's like warm enough. It's better than being sitting out in the cold. So,
But only just.
You are all on Norman's Mary. What would you like to do?
So.
I'll look
so
around the
important-
place first of all.
Actually, that's a good idea.
I want to see what Norman's about.
I would love to tell you what Norman's about. I don't know what's on this fishing boat.
Yeah, I know. Wait, I was thinking Evan's unmuted.
Man.
So what's so important you have to tell us in the privacy of this place?
Place? Show some respect, Ruth. It's a boat. God.
Yeah, I can build a raft too.
Jesus.
Wow.
Can't believe you said that about Mary.
I know. I didn't care much about this boat now, but after hearing you badmouth it, I think I'm switching sides.
It's not mine.
What did you say about me, Mary?
Oh, your raft?
My raft. Listen here, Ruth. This may not be some piece of gemstone that you can just put inside some metal and put on your necklace. But this thing right here has character. Me and this boat have been through more shit than a donkey in a pig's pen.
Hey, Norman, not to cut you short or anything, but for the love of God, man, can you go change your clothes?
Alright, I'll be back.
I'm starting to wonder if just this whole boat smells like piss, though.
Harrison,
God, I really
I
can't
can
make my
hear
mind
you.
up about the boat, can I? If anybody else talks smack about it, it's game over.
But you're allowed to.
Yeah.
The duality of man.
Alright, I changed my
Alright.
clothes.
All right. So you're all sitting below deck on Norman's Mary. What would you like to discuss?
Well, I
Some
will say-
fresh fish. I just pulled up my fishing net and I got some fresh fish that we could cook up right now. How about I cook you up a nice little fish stew?
Oh, fresh from the
You-
Hudson River.
you get started on that, Norman. But pay attention to the conversation, perhaps.
Oh, I will. All right, I'm gonna doodle. Doo-doo-doo.
Okay.
We
So-
learned a few things, Harrison and I, from the lecture and from the professor. That symbol engraved on our late friend, Mr. Elias, is a symbol of the cult of the Bloody Tongue.
That sounds familiar.
The cult of the bloody tongue, you say? Leon, didn't that crazy man mention something like that?
He definitely said he was more scared of them than he was of us.
Coincidence?
I think not.
Well, hold on a
he
second.
also,
You took a
also-
hostage. I forgot. Where is he now?
I look at Leon.
He is, as Norm would say, swimming with the fishes.
He's drenched in piss. That's what he is.
That actually explains even less why you smell like piss right now.
Well, anyway, we also learned that they're found in northern Africa, at least according to the professor.
Well,
Yes,
the professor said that they're believed to have come from northern Africa, but they're
originated.
They're
Okay.
an offshoot of some cult from northern Africa.
Mhm. Interesting.
What were you at least able to get some valuable information from the man before you peed on him and drowned him?
We didn't pee on him, and no, he.
Well, technically, you
didn't-
peed on him. I mean, I assume that was
No.
from you.
We woke him up with a bucket of piss. That's what happened.
Who's pissed?
Probably mine.
So you peed on him. You
But
just
what I
keep
want.
buckets of piss in that lair of yours so that you can just dash them on anyone you confront. God,
Blair,
I'm never gonna
this
try to
isn't
find
one of
this
your
again.
fantasy novels, Harrison.
Oh, it's real life where people pour buckets of piss on each other day and night. I understand.
I thought you grew up in New York.
I'm used to getting buckets of piss thrown on me.
Come on.
That's how Papa would discipline me if I ever got out of line. That's why I'm such a well-behaved young man. Old
Norman,
man.
Norman, do you want to share what you found with the class?
I have no idea what I found.
The
Oh, right, I
You
found
found
a
the
pigment.
matchbook. You don't have to tell them if you don't want to.
No, I don't. I don't actually want to tell them anything about that. I'm just cooking my fish.
Okay.
I have one other thing.
It's like he turns on the gas stove with the matchbook. It's like, oh, better keep that to myself.
One other thing, fellas. While everyone was mucking around, falling down fire escapes, I managed to catch the make, model, and license plate of the vehicle where the other assailants took off in. It is a black 1915 Hudson Touring Roadster, license plate NYL7.
So I don't know how it works down here in the States, but what do you do with that information? Is there a place you can go look up a vehicle, or like to go to the library? What do you
I
do?
imagine I have a few contacts that could get me some information.
Interesting. You boys like it? Oh, pardon, ma'am. Do you boys and you lady like it spicy or not spicy?
Spicy.
I can take a little bit of spice.
Bring on the heat there, Norman.
Right, spicy it is then.
It's a little bit late for stew, though, isn't it?
When was the last time you ate, Ruth?
Fair enough, Norman. I don't even know.
What kind of host would I be if I didn't make you at least my famous fish stew?
You got some good reviews?
How famous is it?
Oh, they love it at the Augustus. I'd always bring some every time I show up.
Forgot you named your
They
bar
actually
after the
use
guy
my
who-
they actually use my recipe at the Augustus too.
All right. So you can all eat Norman's lovely meal if you so wish.
Why not?
Yeah, I'll have a small bowl.
Never offend a fisherman.
Oh, tragic.
I'll take a good sized serving.
All right. It's actually not bad, you know, because for all
I
of
make
his
Harrison
faults-
really fucking spicy, just so we're all aware.
All right, we'll
We
see how
dropped
he
the
reacts.
pepper in his.
Roll for spice.
All right.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what the plan is for tomorrow, but we have few leads.
Well, I think we look up that vehicle. What else do we have to go
Maybe
off
some
of?
of us could go do some research in the library of this possible cult. Maybe one of Jackson's books might have mentioned it further.
It's not a bad idea.
Jackson.
Harrison, you're back.
Yeah, sorry. I just had to go get some air. Get away from the smell
I
of all
made
the
a
piss.
special bowl of fish stew just for you.
Do you
Oh,
get
thank you. That's
seasick
so
there,
kind of you.
Harrison?
Yeah, I'm sick of smelling all that piss.
Oh, Harrison, a flying bird.
Oh, get down! Everybody get down!
There's seagulls everywhere.
All right. Harrison, are you going to eat this stew that Norman has prepared for you?
He's gonna eat something.
Yes.
How's the first
Yes.
skip the dishes to Peter's house in a long time?
Buddy, it feels so good. And you guys know what I did? You know what I freaking did? I pre-ordered it.
Mhm.
Nice.
I ordered it on my lunch break and thought
All right.
about how excited I am for it to arrive.
So
Is it Wendy's?
No, it's walk.
No, it's
the fish stew that Norman serves you is quite good, but it's really, really spicy. Like one of the spiciest things you've ever eaten in your life.
I'm not so cold anymore. Oh, Norman, what did you put in it?
just a little salt.
You'll not believe what was in that bowl.
Wrong salt shaker.
I
Just a little bit of salt, huh, Norman?
love role playing games.
Fucking open up, Jesus Christ.
All right. So, do you guys have anything else to discuss, or do you want to bed down for the night?
This is so exciting. I got a sleepover on my boat.
Wait. Was I above decks when we decided we would sleep here? Because
I mean, you don't have to sleep here if you don't want to. You can go wherever the hell you want.
you know,
But
this
it's like
really takes me back to our time together in Nepal. It was a great time. You know, climbing through pyramids, fighting off fish people.
walked into that one.
Okay,
I just
I'm
love
sorry.
Nepal.
Oh god.
I can't believe you
Got a
guys went on
mukbang
an
going here.
adventure without me to Nepal.
Oh, what? You weren't there, Ruth? That was so much fun. I could have sworn you were there.
Apparently not.
No. Sorry to
I
hear.
could. Harrison, I can't believe you forgot a faith like Ruth's.
A faith like Ruth's?
A face.
No.
Yeah,
I think I
did
would have remembered
propose
if you were there
for
at Nepal.
the first time you saw her.
Yeah, she was the only person I remembered.
Okay.
Anyways,
No,
yes, I
tell me,
will sleep
Harrison,
on
do
your
you still
rickety
have the
boat.
ring?
The ring? Yeah, I do. This one right here, left middle. I like to keep it in case any fish monsters or little baby maggots show up ever again. It's a mysterious ring, I tell you. It's got some sort of power, I tell you.
It wasn't the ring I was talking about, but that's good to know.
Oh, you mean the ring I gave to
Ruth.
that one?
He
I
used,
actually-
he used the
yeah.
power ring to propose to Ruth.
Yes, the
Oh,
mysterious
did he?
ring.
Yeah.
There is
thought it was a
no
different one.
ring I would have rather given a mysterious beauty like Ruth than the mysterious ring.
But she wasn't even there.
Well, I guess one power we know it doesn't have is the power to win over someone.
I just have to rely on my charm for that, my friend.
When did this happen?
In
Ruth, you guys are
Bangladesh.
engaged?
Were you not there?
In Nepal.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, it was the.
Weren't we in
Peter, it was
Kazakhstan for that?
Do you not remember this, Peter?
No, I do. I'm just me.
Oh, okay, I was. You're being. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Facetious. Facetious!
Okay.
Felicia.
Anything else anyone wants to do?
No, I think Clyde's gonna head off bed.
All right.
You guys are gonna have the best sleep of your lives after fish stew and on Mary. You're in for a
And watching
treat.
our friend
Hey.
die? Yeah.
Norman, where do you want us to sleep?
Pick your spot.
There's
First
beds,
come,
right?
first serve. Yeah, of course. There's beds in the underquarters.
I'm gonna go find a bed.
We haven't had
Don't
a
care which
tour,
one.
so I didn't
Just
know.
through that door. Just through that door there.
Ruth,
Miss.
why don't you go first? Ladies first.
I don't know
Should I
what
say?
I'll find in this boat, to be honest. Really, anything
There's
could be
2
behind that door.
rooms.
Anything could be behind
There's
that other door.
beds.
There could be guns
Beds.
behind that door.
I don't have guns. I just have my shotgun.
All right. So you guys make your way down a flight of stairs to the cruise.
I don't have my gun. I just have my gun.
Along a narrow hallway at the bottom of the ship, or on the mid deck, because the bottom of the ship would probably be used for cold storage and things like that. There's 3 rooms. 2 have bunk beds in them, so they can each accommodate 2 people. And then the one at the end is presumably the captain's quarters, where Norman would sleep. And
Who gets
it looks
the room
lived in,
all
but
to
the-
themselves?
the other 2 rooms are totally fine, unlived in. Beds are made.
I'll take like the first room and just jump up on one of the bunks.
Sounds good.
Why wouldn't I spend my hard-earned expedition money on a nice boat? Come on.
Exactly, right?
You know, Norm, I have to say, my expectations were low, but I'm pleasantly surprised at the quality of this boat.
Wow.
Also, Dib's top bunk.
Cool.
All right. So you guys all bed down for the night. In the morning, you awake. Ruth, I think you get 1 more hit point back for sleeping.
Oh, heck yeah.
Let me check though. Don't put it back until I check.
You got me excited, Jack.
Can I try first aid to give her another hit point?
No, you can only do first aid within the first hour of her getting.
Ah,
the
that has to be
wound.
medicine.
You can't just
Oh,
creep out of
rude.
nowhere and be like,
Ruth, do you want
I
me to
will
try
heal
my
you.
medicine skills on you?
you first aid?
I have to roll really well, but I think I can do it. I think these dice
is Leon a simp?
right here. I mean, I dumped
Dude.
piss on someone. I don't think I'm a simp.
Simps come in all sizes and forms.
And
In
preference.
buckets.
Some simps want
All right.
piss dumped on them. Other simps want to be the dumper.
That should be your next
Okay.
book.
So yes, Ruth, you get 1 more hit point.
Yes.
All right. So how would you guys like to spend your day?
Would through Clyde's backstory and history, would he have any contacts in like the NYPD that could run that plate for him?
Yes, he would.
All right. I can. Really, I can go and take care of Spidey's car. What up?
Sorry, you cut out there for a second, Graydon.
Oh. So I said, I can try and go and take care of the vehicle and the. Am I still cutting out?
No,
This
you're
is
good
like-
now.
Ancient leg.
Your video's frozen,
Okay,
but we
it-
can hear you.
Because I'm looking at you guys, and you guys are like all stuttery as well. Good times. Good
Oh
times.
yeah.
Anyway, I can try and go and figure out this vehicle and try to track down the owners. If anybody wants to accompany me.
I'll accompany this time, Clyde.
All right.
Wait, but if Clyde goes, no, sorry, if Ruth goes and Leon goes, does that mean I have to spend the day with Norman?
Well,
You know what,
Harrison,
Norman?
Harrison, would you rather go? I can hang out with Norman.
You know what?
Well, what
Norman?
else is there to do?
I believe that there is a bridge between you and I, Norman, and I wish to, that there should be a bridge between us. There's a bridge that's like broken in the middle, like there's a troll or something. You know what I'm saying? I think that you and I should bridge that bridge together, and learn to respect each other as people. What do you say, Norm?
What the hell are we gonna be doing all day long?
You want to catch some fish? I know you like catching fish.
Actually, we can do productive things. I believe we need to go to the library to do some research.
Yes, Harrison, I recall you priding yourself in literature, was it? Or
Yes, I'd like to think I know my way around the literature, that's for sure. Me and literature, we go hand in hand. We've had many nights together.
Maybe I'll go with them. I would love to see how Harrison fares in the library.
And I'd like to see how you fare.
On your hands and knees.
in the library.
Oh!
I would
Harrison's
love
stuff
to go
as
to
well.
the library. I've been meaning to read up on a new type of fish I found in the sea.
All right.
Was that
Library
one that
gang.
we ate last night there, Norman?
Wait, what day is it today?
Friday. Friday the 16th.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God.
That's not very
I
reassuring.
forgot that
He
you
wrote
ate Mondays.
into his backstory that he's afraid of Mondays.
Oh.
I forgot. Oh, that's good.
Okay. So, you guys are heading to the library. You guys are presumably heading to the police station.
Yep.
Okay. So as you get up and sort of into the city on a street corner before the five of you diverge from one another, you see a newspaper boy selling newspapers like, extra, extra, read all about it.
Oh my God, it's been
Famous
so long
author.
since I heard somebody say that.
Famous author murdered in cold blood. Body found in alleyway.
Give me that, kid.
I'm gonna flip him a coin because I'm like sorry for the rudeness. Of
I was just
yeah.
about to do that. I was just about to give him $1.
The paid
He
assassin.
gets
the most
$2.
interesting person I know.
A dollar. He gets $2 in 1925 money for a newspaper.
A coin. You know what I mean.
I'm giving him $1.
Jack,
Give him a nickel. You give him $1?
Yeah, I give him
wanna
$1.
Hang on, let me pull out the pricing chart. A newspaper is probably worth like 10 cents, maybe.
Yeah, but this kid's working hard. I remember back before I became an assassin and I was doing newspapers.
He was selling newspapers.
I was selling newspaper on the street corner.
And then I saw the ad in the paper to kill a man.
Ever since then.
That was made when I made my first $1 off of crime.
I knew I couldn't go back.
I wanted to get to a point. My whole goal in life was to get to a point where I could tip a newspaper boy $1, and I have succeeded in it.
Can the headline read, new serial killer among us, the gold bar killer?
Oh, I forgot about the fucking gold bar. Corpse. Okay. A newspaper is 5 cents.
I'm so giving him.
I'm tossing him a nickel.
Wait a second. I just realized something, guys. 2 reputable authors wrote about their experiences in Peru where they got a whole bunch of treasure, including gold bars, and this idiot left a gold bar on the body of one of those 2 authors who is now dead.
Well,
Oh my God! It's almost as if gold bars just only come from one place in the entire world.
I'm sure as shit that they do in 1920 in New York in January.
Actually,
Jackson,
in the 1900s.
Jackson didn't write about all the money he made. He just wrote about the cult.
Yeah, some authors write about informative things, not just I made money.
What my story was a fantastic adventure of horror and pyramids and riches and Ruth, you know?
And Ruth.
Yeah.
Do I need to actually read this?
I knew that none of you would actually read the book, so I knew that I would get away with completely mischaracterizing all of you and writing about how Ruth felt so bad about rejecting my proposal that I couldn't keep her off of me for the whole rest of the trip. Man, I love being able to twist the truth.
Wait,
Well, it's a good
page-
thing your
page-
books don't sell.
So
You don't
Newspaper,
know that.
page 1. Page 1.
Actually,
the
I'm
Gold
pretty
Bar
sure-
Killer.
I'm pretty sure
The
I
Gold
was one of
Bar-
the people that was like, "Hey, Harrison, I remember reading your books." So I don't think I can say that.
Page 1. The Gold Bar Killer. Page 2. City Council mysteriously can afford the new Central Park restoration project.
Oh, it's so true. For our purposes, here is the newspaper article that is pertinent to you guys. Author murdered by brutal killers. Body found in Hotel Chelsea. Possible connection to Harlem murders by Rebecca Schoenberg. Manhattan, New York, January 15th. Author Jackson Elias has been found murdered in his Chelsea hotel room. Sort of. The killers are
Outside of
reported
his
to have
hotel
used long knives to butcher their victim. Lieutenant Martin Poole of the murder squad stated that he is exploring possible connections between this murder and similar slayings in Harlem last year. Local resident Hilton Adams was convicted of the Harlem murders in October last year and is awaiting execution in Sing Sing prison. Lieutenant Poole offered no opinion whether this new murder indicates that Adams had accomplices or is innocent of the earlier crimes.
Wait a sec. That newspaper article said that he was found dead in his hotel room. What?
Just
Did somebody pick his body up and take it back to the hotel room? Not that I would know the details of that man's death. I know nothing about it.
The handouts assume that you're not going to throw Jackson's body out the window.
Well, the hangout is more flexible then.
I'm sure they can clearly tell. Wow, this dead body's been thrown off a 2-story window. Like
4 stories.
4 stories. Yeah, I'm sure they figured out what happened.
New York's finest is like, man, it looks like a fire escape fell on this guy.
It obviously came from the 4th
And then-
story.
And then a gold bar just like materialized on his chest.
That was crazy, Jackson. Here's my hypothesis. He stabbed himself a bunch and threw himself out the window. And then the fire escape fell on him.
Oh.
and hidden behind the brick wall behind the fire escape was a gold bar, which revealed itself and fell onto the dead body.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Case closed.
Wow.
Let's go do heroin.
Are you guys
That
New
sounds like
York's
a great
finest?
idea, Sergeant. Okay, so are you guys still going to the police department? Are you guys still going to the library?
Yeah.
Oh, you also learned from the newspaper article, it's not in the handout, but it is mentioned in the book, that Jackson's funeral is going to be held tomorrow on
Who
Saturday.
the hell is giving
I-
Jackson a funeral?
Probably
I don't
friends
know.
and family.
I would like. I'm gonna like vouch and be like. I think we should maybe discreetly attend this funeral.
With black umbrellas way in the background.
How does one discreetly attend a funeral?
No, I'm assuming this. Well, the funeral most likely is it in? Is it going to be at a church? Does it say location?
Yes, it does. It is happening.
In the mausoleum.
Um,
Your friend in the mausoleum. Cypress Hills Cemetery in Brooklyn at 2 p.m. on January 17th.
We'll be there.
It's
Be there,
seeing
be
as
spare.
it's an outdoor funeral. It wouldn't be too hard to watch over it and see if any of those people we saw last night come back.
Leon, ever the investigator, I
just-
think we wanted to go to his funeral to mourn the passing of our friend, not investigate the killers that probably wouldn't show up to their victim's funeral. Listen,
Isn't it
let's
just
stay in our
fine
lane
and
here,
beyond
okay,
maintenance?
Leon? You're good at killing. We're good at using our brains. Let's just keep it like that, okay?
Ooh.
You
Wow. Oh.
Leon, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to antagonize you. It's
Clyde is gonna just like shake his newspaper and bury his head a little bit farther into it.
I'm just gonna like go over to Harrison and whisper that I watched him like literally torture a man.
Oh. Oh.
I wouldn't make him angry.
Leon, did you get a new haircut? Goodness me, you know,
Harrison-
after all that senseless murder that you do, I'm glad that you have the time to keep yourself looking good. Good for you, my friend.
Senseless murder.
I'm sorry, paid murder. I know there's a difference. Sorry.
Listen, we don't just throw piss on anybody, all right?
Good, I guess. I
Can't
suppose
wait
I'm
until I have to save you again, Clyde. Can't wait. Or sorry, not Clyde. Harrison. I can't wait till I have to save you again.
Leon's just there, like reading his Clyde's just there reading his newspaper, and it's like, oh wow, January 15th, 1925, Hans Luther became Chancellor of Germany.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow, good for them.
Yeah, good old Hans
Man, those
Luther.
Germans, they really learned their lesson from that World War. Wait, yes.
We really stuck it to them. They're never gonna do anything like that again.
I'm sure we won't be hearing from those bastards for a long time.
Oh God.
Anyways,
So, you two are going to make your way to the police department. You three are going to find a library. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mundo.
All right. Let's go with you three. One second here. So the nearest library that you know of would be at New York University, where you were last night. So, I'm assuming that's where you'll be headed.
Mm-hmm.
Have Harrison guide us. He was just there. Well, I guess we're all just there, actually.
Yeah, we're not gonna put too much of a spin on it, but you can certainly make your way there without issue.
yeah, I actually have a natural ability to sense libraries nearby. It's a really, really convenient ability that I have.
I assume because you live in the city, you know where things are.
No, it's actually like, you ever read those kids books, Spider-Man? Wait, no, that's not the times that. You ever read those kid books, Detective Man? You know how Detective Man has like an ability to like see things, and I don't mean like see things. I mean like see things. That's me with libraries. I literally can just feel the aura of libraries nearby. It's honestly crazy. I should write a book about it.
I think these
I-
people with powers
I get that
are
feeling
dumb.
on the sea. I get that feeling on the sea when I'm looking for fish.
See, Norman understands. It's just a sense when you bury your life and your passion into something that you love so much, you just
Okay.
your spirit just connects to it.
As much as I
You can
love
feel
this
it as
model,
real as I can see you two.
as
With my eye.
awesome as this is, are you just laughing at Graydon?
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
He's like twitching on my
What a nice.
What an unfortunate bug for your camera to have. Oh no.
Can't wait to watch this on the playback.
I'm sorry, I can't concentrate when I'm looking at
Green,
it.
it looks like you're getting ready to dab there. Like you're getting that arm across, the other arm's gonna extend.
That's
Oh,
a lot
that's
of
what you-
anticipation.
You do that to me.
All right.
Saw me shake my head at Matt earlier.
So, not to interrupt, this is a fine monologue that was going on here, but what you guys are in the library. What are you looking for?
There- I want to start looking for the bloody tongue or cult. Anything on that?
Cult of the Bloody Tongue. You've got it. Anyone else?
Hmm. I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
look to
browse
make sure
around.
that there are some Harrison Dodge books in this library.
Oh my.
It's
Again.
I know that they get distributed very well across the hometown, and I just want to make sure that this library. I mean, I know it's like a
I'm-
university library, so it's not like educational stuff, but every library has space for a Harrison Dodge.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go to the Asian Continental section and look for the Tiger Bar. Any books on the Tiger Bar
Okay.
or Lantern Street, either or.
You have got it. So I'm gonna need a library use roll from all of you.
Is that a skill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It is. Fail.
Well, everyone, my library use stat is 23, and I rolled a 97. So,
A 97 is a fumble if you don't have a skill of 50.
so describe to me what happens from here.
Well, first, Ruth, tell me what you rolled.
I failed.
You failed.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow, we suck.
Pick the right to go to the library. That's for sure.
So, as you make your way into the library, you're very quiet. You're, making sure to respect the boundaries that you normally would in a library. Harrison, as you make your way into the library, you begin searching for one of your books, and holy shit, there's one. It's a few shelves up. You have to climb the ladder to get it, but you can slide it over. And as you make your way up and start climbing it, you reach out to grab it, put just a little bit too much weight on it, and the ladder rung that you're holding onto snaps, and you fall to the floor with a loud crash, echoing throughout the halls of the library.
The library. Why have you betrayed me? I thought
Surprised
we
you
had.
didn't sense that coming.
Harrison, what are you? Were you trying to get your own book?
No, I was trying to climb to the top because I saw a book about cults. And the ladder snapped. So I mean, what do you?
Harrison, you take 2 points of damage from the
Oh,
fall.
fuck me.
Oh, that's dang, dude.
I heard.
Dang.
I'm in pain.
As you come over to see if Harrison is okay, a librarian comes from around the stack of books and is like, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
But Mrs. Librarian, it was the ladder. The ladder is snapped and it made me hurt. Don't you shush me, woman! The ladder! It hurt me. My sweet woman, I only wish to gain the nourishment and education of the sweet book. Please let me stay. Can I roll something?
Intimidation.
Hey, Ruth.
No, dude, I'm not intimidating her. I'm on my knees talking like a freaking baby. Okay?
Yeah,
Can't,
Ruth, is this the most attractive thing you've ever seen?
Pretty please.
it's something.
Give me a fast talk roll.
Oh, come on! My persuasion stat is literally 75. My fast talk stat is literally 5.
But persuasion is you're like using a structured argument to try and get her to see your side, whereas you're trying to be like, no, please. You're trying to like make a case for yourself.
My structured argument is that the ladder structure failed me and caused this accident.
She's a bitch of a librarian.
Yeah, she like only had.
Threaten
You
a lawsuit.
fumbled the roll.
Oh shite. Okay, we're talking about yeah, that's a fail. I don't even need to find my other dice that fell on the floor to know that that's a fail. So I guess I'll just leave.
All right.
Are we all getting kicked out or just Harrison?
You're all getting kicked out.
Are you?
What? I wasn't even near them. I wasn't even near them.
Okay. All right, Ruth, you're getting kicked out.
Let's go, Harrison.
I'll remember this. No one's ever gonna come to this library again. If I have anything.
Harrison,
to say about
stop threatening the librarian. Let's go.
Norman, you can stay in the library if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, I failed my library use, but I'm gonna just take a stroll around and keep looking around and see what. I'm just gonna pull a random book off the shelf and see what I get.
See what you can absorb.
You just have to figure out what book you get. Okay, sure.
Luck roll.
That'd be awesome.
See if they have any copies of Animorphs in there.
Yeah, Warrior
No,
Cats.
Magic Treehouse.
Norman's a
Magic
big fan.
Treehouse.
Yes, all
Dude, were
serious.
the Hardy
I need
Boys
to
around?
know what happens to Cloud Paw.
Right.
Star Paw worked so hard to get Cloud Paw.
In this time period, those are
Be a part of the
spoilers.
Cloud.
All right. You're just pulling a random book off the shelf?
Yeah.
Ah, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Wow. All right. As I read it, I didn't bring I need glasses to read or whatever shape and form glasses need. So I'm having a hard time reading it with the lighting. So I'm actually gonna pull out the matchbook and light a match so I can actually read the book a little closer.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh.
It's a good thing we left the library when we did, huh, Ruth?
This is like Until Dawn when you make a decision and the butterfly effect happens.
Okay. All right. So you strike a match. And you're reading The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. What I need to know, Norman, is are you lighting this book on fire?
No, not on purpose. No. I'm gonna leave it to chance. Do I light the book on fire or do I not? Is that a luck roll?
How do you want me to determine that?
You tell me, keeper of arcane secrets.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna. There's not a roll to see. Hey, do I accidentally commit arson at fucking New York University?
I don't know.
This place.
A dexterity roll?
But there's nothing in the book
Wait.
for that.
Wait,
Alright.
I get an idea. I blow out my match
Okay.
and I close the book.
Little puff of smoke comes off the match.
And I toss the match. I flick it over to the side and I walk towards the front desk. And I go up to the librarian and I ask her, "Do you have any books on?" Hello, miss. Do you have any books on China regarding a bar known as the Temple? No, the Tiger Bar. It's located on Lantern Street. It's got the same. I got this matchbook. Maybe you can match it to a book for me.
Are we just
Yeah.
shrugging off the fact that he just threw a recently burnt match into a library?
It's New York.
Some things-
Smokes.
Some things you just gotta, not worry about too much, Jared. All right. So it's like, I can get you some maps of Shanghai. Maybe that would help.
Is that all you got? Is a map?
I'm surprised they have that.
I mean, that's being pretty generous. Yeah, I can get you a book on China. It's a big library. It's could probably get something like that.
Well, don't you have some paper back there where if you look up Temple Bar, it tells you what book you need to look at?
All right.
Have you ever heard of Google?
What about Yahoo?
I'm gonna be kind here. I'm gonna say, sure, this university has a map of Shanghai for some reason. So, if you want to find 10 Lantern Street on a map of Shanghai, the librarian will help you do that.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
All right. So, on this map of Shanghai, there's sort of like a gambling district and like area where a lot of bars are, and you find 10 Lantern Street where you know the Stumbling Tiger Bar to be, and you do confirm that it is in Shanghai.
Well, would you look at that? Thank you, my dear. I do appreciate your time today.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Hey, you wouldn't have to happen to have any books on cults, would ya?
Yes, I'm sure we have something like that here. Were you looking for something specific?
Yeah, we're looking for the Wet Mouths cult.
Gets me every
Well,
time.
Have you ever heard of WAP?
You got? Does that ring a bell? Wet Mouths.
She kind of brings you over to another section of the library. It's like, some of our books on the occult and odd bits of folklore are here. You can start searching in this area if you like.
Okay, can I make another library use roll now that I've been
Yes.
directed to a specific section?
Yes, you may.
Do I get a
I will-
bonus dice because
I
I've
was-
narrowed it
yes.
down?
I was about to say I will give you a bonus die because a librarian helped you.
Okay, you ready? Here we go, boys. That one is just shy of a fail. So I'll try another. Oh! Now I'll use some luck. I was 22 of 20, so I used 2 luck to get 20. Does that
You'd
sound good?
You'd have to use 3 to get to 19 because a 20 would be a fail.
Sounds good. I'll use 3.
Okay. You do find a little bit out about the cult of the Bloody Tongue.
Ah, yes, that's the one I'm looking for. Bloody Tongues.
So, with the information you gleaned, the Bloody Tongue is believed to have originated in Kenya, although its continued existence is unclear. As you're reading up on the cult of the Bloody Tongue, the librarian comes back and is, oh, there's someone in town actually who's known for their knowledge of African folklore. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, you might be able to talk to him. His name is...
Who would that be?
His name is Dr. Lemming.
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 God, I can't wait to see what we get on the other end of this.
Dr.
Um,
Lemming.
His address is the Murray Hill Hotel,
Oh God!
40th Street and Park Avenue.
Why'd Harrison have to get Ruth kicked out?
You know, I don't think we had much a chance of finding anything useful anyway. So
Would you be a dear and write that down on a piece of paper for an old man?
Yeah, I guess I can do that.
so charming.
Why,
Yeah,
thank-
you didn't have to roll a dice for that.
She's been auspicious of me this whole time.
So yeah, she writes down the doctor's address on a piece of paper for you, and hands it to you.
All right. Well, thank you, dear. I've had a wonderful library experience. I best be on my way.
All right, and you waltz out of the library. Once you two got kicked out, what were you doing?
Sitting outside with scowls on our faces, angry at our poor treatment by the librarian today.
My skull is actually directed at Harrison.
Look, I didn't make the ladder break, okay? Sometimes fate just deals you a bad hand, okay?
It just seems like these things happen to you more often than normal, Harrison.
Yeah, you know what it's called? Having a shitty life. Thanks for reminding me, Ruth. Fuck!
What happened?
What
to
are you
down
two
there?
arguing about?
That wait, did the same librarian help you as the one that kicked us out?
You mean?
I just don't understand how.
Gertrude? You mean Gertrude? Oh, what a
doesn't make any
lovely
sense.
woman.
That a geriatric, bearded, fish and piss smelling old man can waltz into the library and get the most delightful service, get the books hand delivered to his hands, flipped to the page that he needs to retrieve the information on. And when I just simply want to discover if this library has taste and is stocking my delectable books, I have a curse of falling off a ladder. And
Didn't you
clearly,
deny that fact to Ruth?
Now,
Now,
Harrison, you don't necessarily know that Norman got anything of value out of his trip to the library.
I'm
Harrison,
sorry.
I
let me
don't know.
rephrase.
I know you fantasize a lot about scenarios, but unfortunately, all I found was something about a Huckleberry farm or something. And a lemon.
A what?
That's it.
Some
weapon?
painting a fence.
A lemon and a Huckleberry. That's it. It's a useless library. But Gertrude, she helped me out.
Did you read a fairy
She did her
tale?
best. No more a fairy tale than the things that Harrison comes up with.
That's true. I do write quite imaginative novels, that's for sure.
All right.
So now what?
Well, shit, I don't know. Back to base, back to the boat.
All right, let's go. I can make us some fish stew for lunch.
Well, I don't think my bowels really forgave me from the last time I ate any of that. So why don't we stop at a pizza joint on the way?
Why would you waste your money? Come on, Ruth, you loved the stew last night, right?
All right.
Damn it, Ruth, say no.
So, as you guys make your way through New York, we're going to go to Leon and Clyde, who have made their way to a local police precinct discreetly. Since they're the two criminals in the group, I assume they want to keep a somewhat low profile. But Clyde, you do have some contacts or people on payroll in the New York Police Department, so you can certainly probably find the information you're looking for.
All right. I don't know, Leon. I just I've got a bad feeling about the group that we left to go to the library.
Well, I don't know. I'm apparently the uneducated beast that walks around with you guys. So I don't. I mean, from my understanding, I think the best group went because obviously with Harrison there, they're gonna find so much information.
Oh,
Honestly,
sorry.
Clyde, I think you should have gone to the library. As much as you have the best lead for the license plate, you're also the only one that can find anything.
Yeah. Maybe we'll stop by a bookstore on the way home or something. I have the hiccups, by the way, so like.
Oh, that's rough. Clyde, as you're outside the police precinct, you see a beat cop who you know named Charlie Willers, who is a really young cop, like relatively fresh on the force, and he's kind of on your payroll not because he wants to be a dishonest cop, but because he's scared shitless of organized crime. And he sees you, he's like comes over to you kind of discreetly. Clyde, what are you doing here?
Man, Charlie, my boy, I need some information.
I'm gonna lean over like, this guy's a cop. He seems a little bit scared
Yeah,
to be a cop.
He's young, but he's brave. He's getting there. He's a good kid.
Fine, what do you want, Clyde? Just make it quick.
I'll slip him the notes. Like, I need you to run these for me. I need some information.
He takes a look at it. All right, but I'm going to need some cash right now.
How much you need?
Slip him like $10, and he'll do it for you.
I'll do
All right.
5.
All right, I'll do the other 5.
All right, just wait here and don't look suspicious. And he
we'll just hang out in the corner of the street. I'm gonna light a smoke.
goes back into the precinct. Comes out a few minutes later. Okay, so the owner is Thomas Witherspoon. It was stolen last night while it was parked on Lenox Avenue in Harlem. Witherspoon didn't know anything about the robbery or anything else, but listen, Clyde, some people saw this car leaving a murder scene last night. You don't know anything about that, do you?
Kid, I don't know nothing. You know this. And I slap him on the cheek and I'll take off.
And he kind of walks down the sidewalk in the opposite direction. Hits the beat.
Well, I don't think that's much of a lead.
No, but is there anyone else you know that you could get some information from?
I don't think anything that wouldn't raise too many flags. Kind of a hot case.
We could always try to head back to the library and see if...
Yeah, that didn't take as long as I thought. Maybe we should stop by and see if we can't dig something up.
Might not be a bad idea.
All right. So as you guys make your way back the way you came towards the library, that was pretty quick. So with the walking distance and all that, I'd say you're probably, in the interest of saving time, you actually meet up with everyone on the street, just coincidentally.
No, like as they're leaving the library?
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Norman's talking about fish stew. Oh, you're gonna love my fish stew, Ruth.
Oh my
Fish
god! Oh my
stew,
god!
Norman.
It's Clyde and Leon. Thank God it's Clyde and Leon. Oh my god! I'm so glad to see you guys. It's Clyde and Leon. Oh my god! Tell me everything. Tell me
already?
everything.
What did you learn?
I learned that ladders in libraries are dog shit.
That's all you
course.
learned. After preaching to me that you're the educated genius you are, all you learned was that the ladders in old libraries are dog shit?
Well, it turns out that despite the fact that I really, really like libraries, it kind of seems like libraries and librarians don't like me. So good old Ruth and I here, just climbing up a ladder, trying to see if they're stalking Harrison Dodge in this library, and all of a sudden the ladder snaps. There I am, big sound on the ground. Lady comes over, assumes that a young, handsome, mischievous chap like myself is up to no good, kicks us out of the library.
Now, Ruth, I'd expect this. I'd expect this from Harrison, but from you,
I simply heard a crash, went to see what was going on, and was associated with him. I was about to start doing my own research, but lo and behold, Harrison always delivers.
well, I'm gonna lean over to Clive and be like, looks like your suspicions were correct.
Suspicions about what? Speak up.
Call it a gut feeling, but I gotta wonder, Harrison, that our dear friend and partner of many years was, murdered last night, and you are looking up your own books.
Listen, if I
After
remember
preaching
correctly, back in Peru, Paul, you guys were looking through every library for one of my books. So when you guys do it, it's okay, but when I do it, it's a problem, and I fall off a library ladder.
I'm just saying there was more pressing matters, perhaps.
Yes, well, I'm sure there were more pressing matters back then, but let's make Harrison Dodge look like a fraud and a fool.
I love it how Norman, who should in theory be the most incompetent member of the group, is the one that managed to get the next lead.
I also love how he's not sharing anything with us.
Yeah,
Because we all think that he's the most incompetent fool. I was like, he doesn't know shit.
Well, the bottom line is that Ruth and I have been sitting on our asses in the cold for the last 45 minutes while, what do we call him? Norman's been in there doing God knows what.
Maybe he's flirting with the old librarian.
Norman did mention something about a Huckleberry, was it?
Like the character, what?
My education and intelligence is pretty good. Well, I know that that's a book.
Yeah, Huckleberry Finn's a famous book, so I think even at this point it's pretty famous because it's by Mark Twain. He's a famous American author. Originally published December 1884. Yeah, it's had 40 years to become part of the cultural zeitgeist of America.
Yeah, I've read that one. It's a great fiction.
Yeah.
You know what he's talking about? We can make heads or tails of it.
So Norman, you just met up with Clyde and Leon after they went to the police station.
And we are eager to learn what you discovered at the library, because we didn't do anything.
I didn't discover anything.
Cheeky.
You didn't discover anything? Nothing. You didn't read any books while you were in there?
I mentioned a Huckleberry. I think you brought that up.
Yeah, Huckleberry and a lemon.
And a lemon.
Oh.
Did you talk to? You said did you talk to the librarian, ask her for help, Norman?
Yeah, I did. She said something about a lemon.
All right, can I walk into the library?
I'm gonna also walk into the library.
I just got it.
Wait a second. No.
Huckleberry and lemon.
Here it is. I hold up a piece of paper and I unravel it. Dr. Lemon, Mary Hill Hotel in Park Avenue.
You've had that the whole time?
Listen, Ruth. I've had a lot on my mind. No one did dishes last night, so I have been thinking about those dirty dishes sitting in my sink all day long. And it's taxing on an old man like me. All right? My head's in other places.
You offer a shelter and ask for charity?
It's not very good hosting, that's for sure.
Well, Norm, unlike these guys, you actually found something. So I appreciate the effort you put in to find this.
Oh, I'm
That's true.
All right. So, to Dr. Lemon then. Wait a second. Yeah. Mary Ho Hotel, Park Avenue. I don't remember why I have this written. I don't know why I have this written down. She gave it to me, but I forget why she wrote it down for me. So, let's go find out.
Oh, good God. I'm gonna take the note. I'm gonna walk into the library.
Okay.
Why? We have a location to go.
Yeah, no, man.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
follow.
check some. I'll be right back.
Clyde, get back here.
Hold on, Norman. Give me 5
I'm
minutes.
going to Clyde.
Fish him back in.
All right.
I
So-
get there and I'm gonna go like straight up to the library desk. Like, hey, excuse me.
Oh, yes. How can I help you?
Yeah, you gave my friend this slip here, but he doesn't remember why.
Oh,
Do you know?
Oh,
What
he was
book he
asking.
looking at?
He was asking about some obscure bits of folklore, so I gave him directions to Dr. Lemming, who is something of an expert on regional folklore, or at least that's what he says he is.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Just one more thing while I'm here. Do you have any books on Harrison Dodge?
Bye, Harrison Dodge.
By
maybe
Harrison Dodge.
Oddly enough, looking for books about himself, he rolled a 97. So did she.
Does she fall off the ladder?
No, she has a high, she's a librarian, so her library use skill is really high. So a 97 is not a fumble for her. Can't say that I've ever heard of a Harrison Dodge, but I could do some looking for you if you like.
It's okay. I trust your knowledge. Thank you very much. And I'll take off back outside.
Disrespected by the experts in your field.
Doesn't sound like much of an expert to me.
Well, Clyde, did you get what you wanted? How
Yeah.
is Gertrude?
Oh,
Is
she's
she
great.
everything a man would want.
She asked about you, Norman. Actually,
Really?
Yeah, we gave her
She
your
asked-
fishing boat location.
Well, that's subject to change, Leon.
anyway,
Alright.
Norman, what you have here is an address to an expert in folklore, and that could be suchly. Also, Harrison, while we were in there, we asked and we looked quite extensively through their records for anything related to your work, and there was nothing.
Quite extensively. You were in there for less than 5 minutes. That's
Yes,
an
no, she has-
librarian if I've ever seen one.
She just had this little ledger that she went through, and there was nothing by your name.
Harrison, you know that you saw one of your own books when you fell off the ladder. That's the whole reason.
I saw it with my own eyes. Okay, it was sticking out. It was like a cue. It was like, please take me, read me.
Was that after you hit your head when you fell?
Well, I mean, I'll never know because I can't get bloody well back up there because the ladder's broken and they kicked me out of the library.
Can I just say how fucking funny it is that this man's books do in fact exist, but all attempts to locate them have come up with nothing so far?
I didn't think I would have to say this, but I would like to clarify something. I am a published author. There are books out there with my name on them, which if my massive bankroll is correct, people have bought and read them. I implore you to believe me.
Did I leave it out there?
No, I believe you're capable, Harrison. I've never met or seen or
Heard.
heard or anything really. I guess I'll just have to wait for the picture to come out.
Well,
There are
Clyde,
going to be-
Clyde, I do have to admit, as much as this hurts me to admit, I am familiar with some of Harrison's work when I was overseas.
Oh, really?
Thank you! Thank you, Leon.
But Clyde, keep in mind, I'm also an uneducated dog that is here for physical combat only.
Who said that about you, Leon? What a misinformed fool to think to say such lowly things of you, my friend.
So, those of you who live in New York know that Murray Hill Hotel is just south of Central Park, and you are a good ways further south from that, in kind of like mid-Manhattan, I think, would kind of be the area that you are. So, to walk all that way, it would be at least an hour.
You guys want to take a cab? Can we take a cab?
Yeah, we could
Would a
we could grab the
fit
cab.
all of us?
Grab
For-
2 cabs.
For our purposes, yes.
This is the mystery cab. It fits as many as you want.
Goodness me.
Well,
That's a really large cab.
One in the front, 3 in the back.
Oh, yes,
Fake taxi cab.
And these are 1920s cars. There's no seat belts or other fiddly bits to get in the way.
Fit
Yeah,
all
it's
bit.
just you just gotta stuff yourself in.
Exactly.
Shotgun.
That means 4 of us have to be in the back.
No, don't let the old man sit in front. You damn millennial, or you damn greatest generation.
Yeah, millennial.
Funny. All right. So, yes, you can grab a taxi. I think there's a thing for how much taxis cost in here. Let's find out together.
Apparently, Harrison has lots of money from book sales.
Well, until I can prove that my books are at bookstores, you're not getting a damn penny out of me, woman. Don't you think that you can just coax me into paying for everyone's cab? I don't need to prove to you all that I made money off my books. My books are out there in the bookshelf somewhere, and I swear to God, I will find.
I'd be happily to pay for the cab. I've had enough success in my life to pay for this cab.
Hang
Oh,
on.
Leon. So altruistic, so giving, so handsome.
Well, you don't have to say such good things if you don't mean them.
I have to Google something because I'm not sure if taxis exist in 1925.
What? Really?
Okay, can we get a horse-drawn carriage?
Yeah. That would work better, actually. There'd be more room in there.
Let's see.
Oh, Evan's gonna smooch with his girlfriend.
You.
How is Gertrude?
I'm not sure how common they were. It seems like they probably existed in some form. We'll just say we'll put it at like I don't know, $4 for the ride.
You still paying, Leon?
Yep.
That's like 4 newspaper boys you could have paid.
In this it shows that I'm reading. It's 30 to 45 cents at the height in the 1920s.
You gonna fucking haggle me over?
Yes.
Jared is Jack is literally the puppet master of this world, and Jared's like, wait a second, Mr. Puppet Master. I'm pretty sure it's only 40 cents to hail a cab.
All right, fine.
Strings and like,
Fine. 50 cents. For you, 50 cents. Because you
Okay.
haggled with me.
Okay, 50 cents. I'll accept it.
that's a deal.
All right. So you're led out in front of the Murray Hill Hotel. It's a relatively large hotel, a big brick facade, kind of a weird, almost tower-like structure coming out of one of the corners. But sure enough, you are welcome inside if you so wish.
Let's go.
I'm gonna walk up to the front desk.
Gertrude?
All right. So you make your way into. There's a double stairway at the back and a marble-lined reception hall. Whoop. So there's a clerk at the reception desk, and he kind of sees you all. He's like, "Oh, hello. Can I be of any assistance today?"
Your children?
Hey, do you know if a Dr. Lemming is staying here?
Yes, Dr. Lemming lives here. Would you like to see him?
Yes, we would.
What's everyone wearing?
I'm just wearing my like vest with my the basically what I've been wearing the whole time. My vest, tie, dress pants, or like dressier pants,
Yeah.
and then my
I got- I got a nice 3-piece suit.
Right. Okay.
I'm also dressed immaculately because I have a fabulous sense of style.
Okay.
I'm dressed pretty casually. Like
I'm in
Okay.
me overalls.
All right. So the clerk kind of calls up to Dr. Lemming. All right. Dr. Lemming will see you. You can climb the stairs up to his apartment if you so wish, at your leisure. All right.
Thank you.
So you make your way up to the apartment door. I'm assuming you knock. All right. So a few moments later, the door opens and you see a rather skinny man, somewhat largish nose, kind of thinning black hair, clean shaven, kind of a nerdy looking kind of guy. But he's kind of sees you all. He's like, "Oh, please come in, come in. What can I do to help you all today?"
We were told that you have knowledge on certain cults and lore around local lore.
Oh, of course, something of a passion of mine, chronicling old bits of folklore and pieces of antiquity. Was there anything in particular you were looking for? You guys notice as you step into the room that it is like just lined wall to wall with like weird antiques and like paintings and just jammed full of weird esoteric shit that makes it almost unlivable just because there's such a abundance of stuff that he has crammed into this tiny little space.
I'm gonna say, do you know anything about the cult of the Red Tongue?
Bleeding tongue. It's bleeding. I mean, it's red because it's bleeding, but it's important to clarify that it's a bleeding tongue.
so good with
Just-
words.
It's important to note. Now, is there a cult of the red tongue out there? I'm certain, but is it the one that we're asking about? No.
He kind of coughs for a second and takes a little flask out of his pocket and slams it back a little bit. You can see he's a bit of a jittery person, seems a little bit nervous. Oh, well, oddly enough, the police were just here this morning asking about something similar. Apparently someone was murdered in the late hours of last night, and the symbol of the bloody tongue was carved into their forehead.
Oh yes,
I,
well it makes sense that the police would want to know the same things we are. See, we're investigators. We're actually investigating the death of a man who had that symbol carved into his forehead, and I just wish to understand the situation more. I thought perhaps you could pass some knowledge on about the tongue of the red blood cult. Did I get that right?
Yes. Well, I'm by no means an expert on African cults, but I'm willing to point you in the right direction, certainly. He's kind of like quite nervous.
Is there such a thing as an insight in this game? Can I like read him? I guess that'd be like psychology, wouldn't it?
Yeah, psychology would be insight in this case.
Fuck it, I'll give it an attempt. I'm not very good at psychology, but I just kind of want to get like why he's so nervous. If it's just
For
him,
sure.
or if it's something about the subject that triggered this.
Hmm.
I'm gonna start
Nope.
like walking around, looking at some of the artifacts, seeing if anything jumps out at me.
For sure.
While Harrison gets us inside this guy's good books.
What can
Sure.
I say? I'm a charming fella.
Are you looking for anything in particular, Leon?
I just want to know if there's anything that has symbols like that, or that we saw on Jackson's forehead, or anything that might be similar to what we found in our first trip.
Sure. Make a spot hidden roll.
Okay. Where is it? Okay. Nope. I see nothing. They look like cool old things.
Yeah, basically this room is just chock block full with random shit. It looks like it's from all corners of the earth. It doesn't all look African. It looks like some is European, some is probably Asian, some is maybe more recent. Just and a lot of books as well, just piled high. Some on bookshelves. Seems to be all detailing the same stuff. What did you get? Clyde?
Oh, I failed.
You failed? Okay. Yeah. It just seems like kind of a jittery old dude. Anyways. Well, I'm sorry to hear that this man is dead. It seems that the murderers that were arrested later last year, pardon me, must have been working with an accomplice, or maybe the police have the wrong man. But should you want to know anything more about African folklore, there is a local proprietor that I work with named Silas Nkwane, who runs an antique store of some repute known Juju House.
Would you mind giving a little bit more information on what is a, Juju house?
Oh, yes. It's sort of antique store pertaining to African artifacts of folklore and tribal effigies for those things that you may be interested. But Mr. Nkwane is expert in such things and may be able to give you a better idea of what you're looking for. I gave the police this information as well, in case your investigations lead you to them. I buy some trinkets and oddities from Silas from time to time to add to my collection. So I'm sure.
Can I try to address the like nervousness?
Sure.
Like, a psychology check?
Yeah.
Just because seems. Psychology. Okay, I succeeded.
You succeeded. It seems like his nervousness is basically just him. He's not like trying to mislead you or anything like that. You gather that whatever he's drinking from the little flask that he has on person is probably some sort of medicine to kind of help with the jitters. Probably has cocaine or heroin in it or some shit like that, because it's the fucking 1920s. But he seems relatively on the level. He just seems like a weird old recluse, basically.
Do you have any other suggestions for this topic? Places we could go? People you know in the field? Maybe you could contact and refer for us?
I need a group luck roll.
Aha! Hard success.
Okay. One success.
Fail.
luck, you need to roll below.
Yes.
Fumble.
I just need to know if you succeed or fail in this case.
Okay, fail.
Oh, okay. I succeed then. Oh, I don't have my actual hard or anything.
Gotcha.
Succeed. I succeeded.
So 2 fails, 2 successes. Peter, I need you to make a luck roll.
That's 3 successes. Didn't it wasn't Evan the only one that failed?
No, Graydon failed as well, didn't you, Graydon?
No, I got it.
Or wait, no. Hang on.
Who else failed? Matt, did you fail?
Matt failed. No.
No, I rolled like a low number.
Who told me they fumbled?
It was
Evan.
Evan.
Okay. And didn't Graydon just tell me he failed?
No, I got it.
Okay, never mind.
My luck is 90, so it's hard for me to
Gotcha.
fail.
Gotcha.
That's like my sanity.
There's no like hard successes or anything with luck, right?
No.
Yeah, so I succeeded.
Yeah.
I succeeded.
Oh, good. Yeah. The doctor kind of tells you that he's basically told you everything he knows, and he kind of wishes you the best of luck, and he kind of shoos you out the door once he feels like you're satisfied with your time spent there.
Point of
If that was
clarification, real
lucky.
quick, Jack.
Yes.
Did I get a address for Thomas Witherspoon with the stolen vehicle?
You did not get an address, but Charlie told you that the police already went and talked to him, and he had no idea about his car being stolen. Or he knew, but it seems like there's no connection between him and what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's almost 10, so I think that's probably going to be as good a place as any to call it tonight. So you've got a couple leads to work on. You've got Juju House, then tomorrow you've got the funeral to attend.
Oh, right.
And with that, is there anything else anybody would like before we call it for a night?
Jack, you know how you have to check off when you've successfully used a skill in a certain like chapter?
Yeah.
Do you have to erase all of the checks when you start a new like because we just went from the prologue to the main story?
Yeah, you do.
I mean, you don't have to erase the check marks if you don't want to. It's just your check marks from the prologue don't count for this chapter. So it's easier to keep track of if you erase them, in my opinion.
Okay, I don't know if I did erase any. No, yeah, there's no way I actually erased any of them. So I'm just trying to think about which ones I actually did or have done so far.
Yeah, it's best to just keep track of that as you make the skill rolls and succeed on them. Otherwise, it just kind of makes it a little bit weird. But yeah, you can always watch the VOD back and see if you can pinpoint anything, because the last session was the only one we did in New York, so those would be the only ones you'd have to keep track of.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, thanks for playing some more Call of Cthulhu with me, guys. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I'm trying to fast track you through New York a little bit, since I don't think it's as cool as some of the other chapters.
Yeah.
Because I've read a little bit further ahead, and there's some cool stuff coming up. And New York's just meh. It's necessary to get everything set up, but yeah.
Stepping stone.
Yeah.
There's never a time open with fold.
Right. So you've got Juju House, you've got the funeral, and then you also have the Carlisle Expedition to potentially follow up on.
Right.
I know we talked about it briefly.
What's the Carlisle Expedition again?
As an expedition led by a guy named Roger Carlisle, who is like a millionaire playboy from New York that went missing in northern Africa in 19.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, I remember that. For some reason I thought it was like Carlisle like Expo, like they're like a bunch of their shit,
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, boys. Well, thank you for joining me. We have been Live Connection playing more Masks of Nyarlathotep. And I guess we'll see you next time.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.